Oh, okay. Perfect. Everything's working fine. I think my levels are okay. Everything seems okay. So welcome everybody. This is just gonna be an interview with Confluence, who had a incredible performance in his last debate. Putting the patriarchy on top as always. Good job. He was wrong though because he was simping like only a man can do it. But at least he put the patriarchy on top. Um, Thank you so much to people here. I am hoping to get more people up. Obviously, I'm gonna wait a little bit to start the whole interview. Right now we're just hanging out with Confluence, who graciously has informed me that the DNI form is being filled as we speak. Isn't that correct,
What?
Confluence?
The DN. What is that?
The DNI form, the do not interact form that you're gonna
Oh
serve me.
yeah,
Yeah, my
yeah,
papers.
It's in it. I happen to work, so I got my lawyers working on it right
Yeah,
now.
it's in the
I don't
works.
want this guy. This guy's like toxic. I don't want him to talk to me. So like, this is a one-time thing. Okay, I'll never talk to Emmett after this because he's just so toxic. I can't handle it.
Yeah.
Just makes me too angry.
I don't know what's happening to your mic, but it's all over the place. You
Oh
went
my God,
from
is it?
kind of quiet to super
It's like a
loud.
fucking $200 mic. I don't fucking like this. Emmett, are you a tech guy? Can you help me fix my fucking mic? It's a fucking Yeti mic. It costs like $200. What am I supposed to do to make it sound good?
I have the same mic. It sucks. Oh, you probably okay. This is what we're gonna do. It's gonna. You have a lot of background noise. No, right? You
No,
don't.
I
Go
unlike
to.
you, I don't have fucking
Yeah, I
parakeets and
know. Go
various
to.
birds chirping. I have
I
not.
understand.
It's silent in my background.
Okay, go to audio and remove everything. The echo cancellation, the background noise. Just uncheck all of that.
I need like way more specific instructions than that. Okay.
Go
Okay. I'm
to
in
options.
speaker properties. Does that count?
No. Go here in StreamYard. There's like a gear at the bottom, I think.
Uh, like a oh, okay.
And then
And
go
audio?
to audio, and then there's four options: echo cancellation, Mac
Okay.
background stereo. Remove all of those.
You want me to take off echo cancel?
Yes, take everything off.
What about automatically adjust mic volume? You want that gone?
Yes, all of it.
Oh, brother. Okay, you're taking the risk. Okay, I don't know what it's gonna do. Okay, I've removed it. Does that sound better or worse?
Now it's not gonna fuck with your sound levels anymore. So just go to your actual sound settings on your computer.
Okay.
This will be next to the time on your main screen. Right click it and then sound settings.
Okay.
And it should be around 70. Oops.
Second, I'm fucking retarded. Okay, it takes me a little. Oh, there we go. Okay. How about now?
You're super loud, so take it down a little bit.
Okay. How much down?
65.
65. Okay. How about now?
You sound amazing.
Is that what I had to do last time? Because you said last time I was going in and out.
Yeah.
Do I sound better now?
You sound better.
Because do you remember when we had that like long talk about the cartel? Do I sound better than the cartel talk, or like worse than the cartel talk?
Listen, they have no audio engineers, so every single time they say something, it sounds like death. But it's fine because they're gonna kill somebody, so it's
that's fine. Because like I would rather
fine.
the cartel stuff be like bad audio, so like they can't like find me. You know what I mean? So like I hope this audio is better than the last one. Because I said nothing. I didn't say anything except good things about the cartel last time. You know, if you recall, Emmett, I was like all pro cartel. You know.
Yeah. I remember.
Yeah. You can back me up. I was fully the cartel's based, all that shit, and Trump shouldn't go to war with them. You can back me up on that as a Hispanic man. You can protect me in that sense. Yes.
I agree. Yeah, the cartel will not go for you.
Exactly.
They'll probably go for me because I said that they should start just bomb practicing them then with the Ukraine stuff. Don't send things to Ukraine. Just bomb practice on the cartels. Yeah, they're probably gonna be funny.
Yeah, probably.
Probably. John Cassell, you can't mute the bird sounds because the only way to mute them is to kill them. And unfortunately for you and me, I can't do that. Bird lives matter.
That's true. That's true. I love the bird sounds personally. It's like ambiance, you know? It's amazing.
DNI. It's probably not the actual mic. It was the mic, but it was not the mic at the same time. It was just the settings. It's StreamYard is being dumb. It messes with your audio a lot. And sometimes you go like super loud and then you go super quiet, and there's nothing you can do about it. Okay, everybody's super annoyed with my parakeets, so it just happens. It just happened to happen.
Not me. I love the parakeets.
Or they're watching drama. There's been so much gay drama on the community lately. It's Tensman. It's Tensman's fault. That's all I know. So before we start, how you been, Confluence?
Oh, I've been fucking Gucci. I've been so good. I've been so good. I had the debate with Beth, and then I went out into the fucking wilderness, went to a cabin, just reflecting on everything that happened, and I've been amazing. What about you? How have you been, Emmett?
I've been fine.
Did you
Streaming
watch? Did you
way too
live
long.
watch the Beth interview?
What do you mean? I live watched the Beth interview.
Like, did you watch it live or did you watch it after the fact?
Oh, you mean the debate?
The debate, yeah.
Okay, I watched about an hour of the debate live. Then I went live because I had something going on.
Okay.
Then I streamed like 20 minutes of the actual debate, and I was like giving a little bit of commentary. And then I had to stop because I had D&D. I remember now. So I had to play D&D, which means that I couldn't actually watch or see. And then I went back before the Beth interview, and I watched it all. Watch all the rest of it.
So
the only thing I
full Beth and me debate at least, right?
Yeah, all of it. And then
I need to make sure you have the context, you know.
The panel.
There's a lot of, like, moving parts. Right?
The only part I didn't watch was the panel. That's the only thing I didn't watch.
Okay, good, because that was the worst part, so that's fine with me.
That was the worst part.
Yeah, that was the worst. That was some people were okay, some people were less than okay. I'm gonna say that, and you will probably disagree with me, but fuck you, I am right on that. Some of the panel was retarded. Okay, I'm just gonna be real with you.
All of the panelists.
We'll get into it. Okay.
Okay, look, 90% of the people here are restarted, so it's fine.
Yeah, fair. I'm a little bit retarded too. I'm not gonna deny that, you know.
It's wow. To the people here, if anybody is still around, just go ahead, bring your friends. We're gonna have a good, cool interview. I hope.
Yeah. I'm gonna rage quit on you, Emmett, so fast. You gotta be really careful with your interview questions, because yes. I might fucking just disconnect at any moment. Okay, so you gotta be super conscious with your interview questions.
I agree. In fact, I understand what you're saying, because last time it happened to me.
Exactly.
The first question: are you in a throuple?
Am I in a no, no, definitely not. Would never be. So I guess I'm. Yeah, I win points on that, right? I'm already a little bit ahead of the last interviewee.
I was trying to make you rage quit already, and it didn't work.
It didn't. You gotta try harder than that, Emmett.
Just gonna try harder than that.
Yeah. You gotta go for the fucking jugular.
Abe Dinkus, welcome. Let's start. We'll fill the seats as we go. They can go back and watch it. It's gonna be fine. So, Confluence, I have to give you the speech before we start. This is an interview about your debate with Beth. This is about your perspective, so any questions you say, any answer you give is going to be fine. You don't have to worry about being wrong because it's your perspective. So,
good.
I'm nobody to tell you your feelings are wrong. I just don't care about them most of the time, but it's fine.
Thank
Um,
Christ.
you know you're gonna be validated. This is your space. This is for you to cope or not
Oh,
cope. It's a
that's
place for
what I
you to
want.
do victory laps. Okay, whatever you want, you
Emmett, you're
can do
fucking
it.
edging me right now. Holy shit.
Okay,
I'm about to
amazing
fucking
place.
bust right now. That's amazing. Okay.
My questions are kind of harsh sometimes. So you can even tell me I'm wrong, and I'm not gonna be mad at you.
Sure, I might. That's a
Yeah.
possibility. I
That's what
might.
I would have done if I was another person. I would be like, "You're wrong and
Hmm.
dumb," and I'm gonna
Yeah.
tell you why. And that's
Yeah.
it's still content. It's gonna be good.
Right.
Let
It's all
me
content.
finish looking at the. Yeah. Okay. So Confluence, you had a debate last Wednesday, if I'm not mistaken, with Beth
That's true.
Mahue. She's
Yes.
been a kind of a staple in our community with debates. She is not the she's like not a consecrated debater, but we know her from the space, and she's been gracious enough to lend us her opinions. First of all, how do you feel during the debate and about the debate afterwards, if you can remember?
Oh, I definitely can't remember. I love the debate. Okay, I think Beth did an incredible job. Okay, I loved the debate. I loved everything about it. I had a fucking blast. I think there was, I will say, Emmett, and I didn't say this at the time. I think there was some misguided preconceptions about the debate. So I think that's what kind of like caused some friction, I guess, if you will. But
Okay.
for me, from my point of view, it was the time of my life. I was living my best life, Emmett. Okay, I truly was. Unironically, okay, I was fucking just vibing. I fucking loved it. Okay.
Okay, that sounds. That's yeah. And after the debate, how do you feel? You had like the gibby or did you feel like you did great? How do you feel after the debate?
No, I felt great. I feel like I haven't I said this at the time. I didn't look at the chat and there was like 1200 chat messages. I didn't look at the chat, so I don't know if people thought I'm like a cucked beta loser. I'm not sure about that. But I would think anyone who was against me, they themselves were a beta cucked loser, okay? Cuz I feel like again, there was a bit of some disambiguation that had to happen,
Uh huh.
and I feel like it didn't happen. But I feel like so I don't know if I mean you're leading this, but there's something I want to talk about at a certain point, but like we can go into that later. But there's a part of the debate where I feel like it didn't something didn't meld correctly. But I'll leave that to you. I will bring it up at some point, but like I'll let you lead.
Okay. So I was losing my mind at the beginning of the debate, especially when it came to the biblical questions. Okay, losing my fucking mind. I
Okay.
I was like, there was a part of me that just wanted to take Beth off the stage and just go in and be like, "This is how you do it, woman. You suck, and this is why." Okay, but that's back. That's pretty much backseat debating. It's like backseat gaming when you're looking at the guy playing the
Sure.
game and you're like, "What? You suck, dude. You're doing it wrong. I could do it better." So I obviously couldn't do that. I didn't do it, and I had other stuff to do, so I couldn't even like be there to do it. Um, but when you bring up the question, I remember this one. This is like big criticism I have of you, which I wouldn't have, but
Okay.
and this is a criticism made of Beth too. Like when you say, and this is what happened in the debate, you said, well, you have to give this person a month of mourning, and then afterwards you can pretty much make her your wife, which is the idea of the passage. My question about that was, what were they mourning? Yeah, what do you give them a month to mourn?
Well, yeah, they're mourning because they're kind of war brides, and they've had their like village or husband and wife slaughtered, and so it's giving them a month to mourn that.
Well, it would
Which
usually
on its
be-
face is good. It's just what comes next makes it kind of like not good.
Wouldn't
But,
it
like-
be like they have a month to mourn the loss of the men because they died in war?
No, it specifically talks about their family. No,
They can go back to the family, which would be
no,
the woman.
their family's fucking dead, Emmett. Their family.
No, it can
in
be
that
the matrons would be alive. Like the woman would be alive, and they usually were taken to their villages so they could don't die of exposure because all the men were dead, and they were mourning their men.
Wait, that's a very picturesque view of war. Are you saying when the Israelites went into these places, they only killed like certain people, and they were like, "Oh, we're gonna decide who's
No,
gonna
that's
die."
usually what happened. Like usually they will go ahead, they will fight men in battle, they will kill men in battle, they would go to the villages, there would be no men, and they would be like, "Hey, look, bounty." But that would be not only for the Israelites, it would be for every society, right? The Romans did the same thing. They would go in, kill a bunch of men, and take the woman.
I'm not saying the Israelites are worse, but I'm saying when the Israelites go in and they kill all the men, then they have the maidens, and then now they're thinking like, do I want this maiden or do I not want the maiden?
Yeah, it would be like
there's no men left because they killed all the men. That's explicit in the passage.
And they will be mourning the men that died. So
yes.
Under patriarchy,
Wait, so
wouldn't that be worse that you die?
Wait, I don't know. Wait, what are we disagreeing on?
Well, you said like it's bad because the woman can get a little bit of humpy dumpy going around, which in reality, like, yeah, it's kind of bad, but at the same time,
no.
But the men got fucking murdered. They got killed in battle.
True. No, I agree. No. Sorry, maybe I didn't clarify. What I think is terrible. And I mean, I guess in some ways, like to Steelman, your position, the men are just dead. So I mean, like death is pretty bad, right? Like if you think about it. But what I'm saying is that the women were taken as captives, and then they were fucked non-consensually, right?
We don't know that.
I'm a Christian.
We don't know that.
In the text, it's not like it gives the women a choice, though.
Yeah,
right?
I know.
Like,
I don't think the men were very consensual when they were pretty much killed in battle. They were like, yeah,
oh, for sure,
man, battle.
Oh,
That's what I want to do.
For sure. Like the Amalekites, they did not consent to that. If that's what you're going with, I 100% agree. but you would also agree then that the women, it says they were gone into by the man in Deuteronomy. It says they're gone into, and then this is what bugs me.
And they were made wives, and then they have kids, and they were part of the community.
No,
yes,
I would be, Emmett, I would be okay with that. But it gives the clause, and this is, I guess, what bugs me. It says if the man was not pleased with her, he could let her go.
Yeah,
and that's what I don't like.
How much did they cost?
Bride? Wait, what do you mean? How much does it cost?
Yeah, what happened when the Romans did it? How much? They went on. They had all these people. They got them back, and then they got their way to them. And then what they did with them?
Well, I feel like that's an entirely like the Romans. I don't know.
They sold them they sold them pretty much as slaves, right? Because that's what they were doing. They were forcing them, or they would just leave them.
Not good.
Yeah,
but
horrible.
We're talking about like Deuteronomy, so we're talking about like the Jews,
in Deuteronomy,
right? We're talking about the Israelites.
Yeah. In Deuteronomy, what it says is, hey, you know what? You have these. It's supposed to be your wife. You're taking it as your wife, so you have responsibility to them. But if you're gonna, if you're like, oh, I'm not gonna do this anymore, you cannot sell them as slaves. That's what it's saying.
That's fucking consolation prize. I guess that was my point. That is literally a consolation prize.
It is a consolation prize. You lost the war. What happens when you lose the war?
No, not lose the war.
Yeah,
I'm saying.
What are they? They warred. No.
Wait, why do you lose the war? You win the war, you take the women, and that woman doesn't perform to the extent that you want, so you're like, look, I don't like you.
The woman lost the war.
So I'm gonna send you away.
Yeah, I understand that. The woman lose the war. So the woman and the tribe lost the war. Right?
No, I mean, okay, that's a war on like a... I feel
How
like
many
you're
people
talking like
suffer during the war? It's like, do you think war is good?
no. I feel like
Uh,
you're doing some conflating where you're talking like on like a microscopic level. I'm talking like on a macroscopic level of like who. No, why are you shaking your head?
because I'm
We're
talking
not.
about the
We are talking on a
macroscopic.
macros.
Yeah.
Well then, look.
It's
If
like,
I'm a
oh,
Jew back in the day, if I'm a Jew in Moses'
uh-huh.
time, and I fucking win the war, I get the woman, and
Hmm.
then I might take the woman, and I'd be like, oh, she doesn't
Well,
fulfill me in the extent I want her to
yeah.
fulfill me sexually. So then I can send her away, and I can't sell her. That is true, but I can just be like, be gone,
Hmm.
be
But
gone,
the thing that it's telling
dot.
you, the thing that's exactly telling you in that passage is like, hey, if you, because it doesn't say you can take any woman, it says if you find one that if you find appealing and you want to marry her, then you can do it, but you have to do
Yes.
all of these, and you have to do like, okay, and if you know, maybe you want to marry her and you're like, hey, we're gonna get married, and then when you're doing the act she doesn't want to do it, and you're like, okay, fine, I'm gonna send you away, okay, and nobody's gonna be for the worst of it, but I cannot sell you, I'm not gonna treat you as a slave. They cannot do any of those things. That's the whole point of the passage. Like they are
I
actually
agree.
protecting, they're actually protecting
Wait, are
the
you saying
woman. Yes, they are.
that's good?
Yeah, that's
That is
good.
women flourishing?
Yes,
No, come
that's
on.
protection for the woman.
That is, I mean, like, okay,
What is the
okay,
what is the
sorry.
alternative? What is
No,
alternative Confluence on those times?
I feel like, okay, Emmett, I feel like we could agree if we zoom out, if we're talking about like
What is the
what the
alternative in those times?
exactly. That's what I'm getting to. If we zoom out and we talk about what was normal,
Hmm.
I agree that was actually good treatment of women.
Yeah.
But that is still shit. And on an objective level,
Have you
that's still
heard?
shit treatment of women.
I agree.
You
Have you
agree with
heard?
that? Because like if we
Have
put that into modern context, that would be like abysmal, right?
have
So
you heard
it's only
life is
good in the
shit?
past.
No, even in this time, I think this time is even worse for women. In this
No,
time,
no, but no. Okay, no. Wait. Maybe I misunderstand you, but you're saying in the U.S. you're saying that is not a good thing. It's not like if I grab a woman and she does not please me, that I can just let her go, and as long as I don't sell her for money, that's totally fine. But I could just fucking let her go,
no,
and I
in
can steal her, I could kill her mother and father. That's Gucci, that's
no,
cool.
you
As
cannot
long as
kill
I
the
don't
mother and
sell her
father.
though, that's the problem.
That's not what it says. Are you
That
supposed?
is what it says.
Well, you have to see it through the rules and perspective of it. Can you just kill
You have to
people?
see it through an anachronistic lens. I agree with you. You
I
have to see it in the
agree.
past.
So if
But
let's say
I'm
that you
talking
are
about
you,
present United States.
no, you're jumping between the two. So in the
I'm
past,
not. I
yes, you
feel like you
are.
and me would agree. You agree
You're jumping between the
in the current
two.
US, that would be insane. That would actually
Right.
unironically be misogynistic. Back in the past, sure. Look, women were like
In the
cucked in every way, so
present,
like that could be a good treatment of women. But that's
okay,
not good treatment of women now.
let me put it this way: in the present, what they're doing and what's happening is that there's a bunch of guys that would go on use women, okay? They would pretty much get in, be done. Woman would get pretty much pregnant, and since there's no social shame, there's no stability, there's nothing, they would go and murder that baby, okay, and they would get completely fucked in the head because of that, and nobody cares, and they call it a right.
And Emmett,
And
just
you
to be
say,
clear,
yeah,
you think that's good treatment of women?
no.
Oh, you don't.
Do you know what brought that?
You don't. You
Do you
think
know
that is
what
bad
brought
treatment
that?
of
Yeah,
women?
you know what brought that?
Sure, I do. Yeah.
Egalitarianism. Oh,
Look, yeah.
so it's worse. So I think it's
Look.
even worse than in the past when they were giving them at least ways in the way they were treated
Okay,
during
wait,
war times.
Emmett. Did you said you did watch the whole debate or you didn't?
I did watch all of it.
You watched the whole thing.
Yeah,
I said I am pro patriarchy.
yeah.
I am anti egalitarian. I think it is a spectrum between patriarchy and egalitarianism, and I think there is a crossing point at which like patriarchy is worse and egalitarian. If you have too much egalitarianism, I think it does become worse for women and men. I think it's bad.
I mean, I don't agree with that. We'll get into that later on.
Okay.
But at the end of the day,
I'll
like,
save that.
I just wanted to say
that's
that.
That's hard for me to save, but I will save it. Okay, I will save it.
I will. I just wanted that part of the debate that got me so mad, personally.
No, but which part?
Like,
but
oh,
like,
God.
okay. So no, let's get into it. Let's fucking get into it.
What do you want to? Okay, into what?
The part that made you mad. What part made you mad?
Oh, the fact that, I mean, the problem that I had is that you went into the whole thing about the Bible, and I would have you just granted, and it would be like, oh, you know what, you're right. It's so mean. Women's so mean to women. It's so mean. But the guys were all fucking dead. Okay.
No,
nobody cares. Everybody's just caring about how mean we are with the women. Like, but the guys were all fucking dead. Okay, they were gone and killed, and nobody gave a shit about that. And that fact that nobody gives a shit about that, even in those cases, just tells me how brutal is the patriarchy to men. Nobody cares about those guys that died trying to protect this woman.
Because if your argument is that like okay, let's talk about like the slaughter of the Amalekites, okay? If your talk is like, well, the guys just fucking died, and you know, and then,
no, they were killed in battle, and they deserved it, by the way.
Okay, I guess okay. I'm not sure if I agree with that, but if you're talking about like the Israelite conquest of Canaan, if your argument is that, well, the Canaanites fucking died, and the woman had at least the option to be like, basically, again, I am a Christian, so I don't want to say sex slave, but in some sense, a sex slave.
They got the option to leave.
If that is your argument, I think I actually agree with you, because I think you are 100% right. The Canaanite people, the men, they just died. They did not have the option. They couldn't have the option to live and make babies. They didn't have the option. They were just murdered. So if that is your argument, I actually agree with you. But is that your argument?
Well, yeah. I mean, they deserve, by the way, because they were murdering. If we could use the murder or something like that, because it fucking plays dumb. But they were pretty much murdering babies, okay? They were giving them to boil and pretty much boiling them alive, okay?
But all of them? You think all of them?
Yeah. It was part of the rights.
Why do you think that?
Because it was part of the rights. It's like the Aztecs. The Aztecs killed about, the estimates goes from 250,000 to 500,000 people, and the whole society was geared towards that. So
that doesn't, to me, this doesn't feel like all of men, though.
The Canaanites were. Are you gonna use a no? Yes, it's all of them, because the problem is that the whole the society and the society structure was the problem, and that was the thing that was corrupted. So at this case, when you are burning babies, especially firstborns, in the name of their false god, you have to get rid of it. You just have to.
I guess I mean, this is against my point. But I guess you would say that applies to the woman too, right? Because they're complicit in the society.
Yeah. But at least the woman had a way out. Like, at least the woman were allowed to leave.
Okay.
At the very least.
Yeah. No, I actually think I do agree with that. Like the men, when the Israelites went in, they would kill all the men, guaranteed, and at least the women had some possible way out, even though, in my opinion, it's sex slavery, and I think it's not great.
Well,
but at least they didn't die.
They were given the option of being wives, and they had all of the things of being wives, and they said that they had to.
Why?
They said that they have to. Yeah, and you cannot make them slaves.
If I can concede to what I conceded to, you can concede that's basically, in any definition, sex slavery. Yeah.
No, I don't think that way.
I don't like using that word either, because I am a Christian. So I'm personally down with the Old Testament.
What
But
what
it
can you
does
do
like
with the
to a
slaves?
modern sensibility, it sounds like sex slavery. Yeah.
Well,
Because you either fuck the guy and you marry him, or you are gone.
No,
Like
no,
those
no.
are the two options.
No, there
There's
were
no
other
third option.
options. No, there were other
What's the other
options.
option?
You don't marry the guy, and you go into you
That's
pretty
not.
much.
That's literally in a text.
Yeah.
That's not an option.
Oh
You think you can
well.
join Israeli society, not fuck the guy, not be married to him, and just
Yeah.
like that is not
Let's
an
say
option.
that you
Show me a verse where that is a fucking option. It is
you
just
find
not.
you find the guy wants to marry you. Okay, you go through the ride. You don't want to fuck him. He's like, okay, go back to your family. At that point, you're not a slave, and you can actually enter society because they're not slaves.
I mean, show
What
me,
can you
show
do?
me,
Okay,
show me a
Confluence.
single verse where that is even presented
Because
as an option. It's just
you
not.
can't sell her. You cannot.
You can't sell her. The point is that you let her go.
Yeah.
The idea of like selling is that you can't profit off of your.
As
Again,
what?
I hate to use the word sex slave because again, I am a Christian, so I don't like saying
As
that word.
what?
But you just let her go.
As what?
You're just like, you can leave. Not as anything.
Not as anything?
She can go into the surrounding lands.
As
She can
a
go wherever
free-
she wants. I mean, it's a big world.
It's
Emmett.
as a
It's big
free
fucking
woman.
world.
As a free woman, you can let her go as a free woman.
Not as an Israeli citizen though. She can go as a free woman. She can go back into the Amalekite world.
You're thinking
She
this
can
in
go
the
back-
modern sense. You're thinking about this in the modern sense.
I'm not. I'm
Yeah.
not. I'm thinking into what the sense they were talking about.
The citizen
You-
idea is very new. They
No,
could
we're
they
talking
could
about-
work. They
We're
could go
talking about
ahead and
Deuteronomy.
sell stuff.
Deuteronomy was not
Yeah.
like it's not like a modern civilization, right? Deuteronomy was like a
The
pre-existing,
citizen
like
thing didn't
tribal
exist.
people.
Yeah,
No, that's exactly. I agree with you. That's my point. So
they
like,
were
you-
free
you-
in the tribe. They could go up in the tribe and be free
not
in
in
the
the
tribe.
not in the tribe of Judea,
Why
not in
not?
the tribe of Israel.
Why not?
I mean, it doesn't say that. I mean, that's an
It says
extreme
that because you can't sell
extrapolation.
them, and they are already
Wait.
in the society, so you can't sell them.
If
as...
it says that, I'm gonna need a verse if you're gonna say it
Oh
says
my
that.
God.
It doesn't. I don't want to drag you into theology. I'm just gonna be real with you, Emmett. You have to trust me. You don't have to trust me. You could look up the verse, but as
Yes.
someone I've been in seminary, it doesn't say that. They
okay.
do not go back into the Israeli people. They're just kind of gone and kind of like
Kind of gone
who
into
knows
the
what
ether.
happened to them says. Yeah, exactly, into the
Mhm.
ether.
That's
They're
how it
gone
works.
into the Canaanites. That's how the passage from a hermeneutical reading, that honestly is what it is.
No.
And I'm being real with you. I have no agenda in this fucking
No.
shit. I'm just being real with you. That is what it is.
Okay, listen. The whole point is this.
If you have like an argument against
Let's
it,
let's make this a simple argument.
Look,
Okay.
Emmett, I just want you to know, I want you to be right. I want
Yeah.
you, because like
I am right. Don't worry,
I don't want to
Confluence.
think that they.
Let's make
that
this
they
logic. I'm
treat
gonna give
women
you a
like that.
logical proof. I'm gonna give you a logical proof. You call them sex slaves.
A logical proof.
Yeah, it's gonna be a
That's-
logical proof. You call them okay.
That
Premise
seems
one.
Impossible, but
Premise 1, they're sex slave. Premise 2, you can sell sex slaves. Premise 3, okay, this man cannot sell this person as sex slave. Thus, this person cannot be a sex slave.
that is the worst. Emmett, I love you, but that is the worst logical argument I've ever heard in my entire life.
What's wrong with that?
I mean, all 3 points.
Okay,
Defining
one.
them
Se-
as sex slaves.
one.
That's
Premise 1, you're selling the...
that's
Premise 1,
that's
wait.
disagreeable.
Confluence. You said they're sex slaves, right? So premise 1,
No, I
they're
didn't
sex
say that.
slaves.
I said no, I didn't.
You didn't?
I actually didn't. I said I'm a Christian, so I won't call them sex slaves. And I mean, that's me admitting my personal
okay,
bias.
Confluence,
but
you
I
are...
won't call them that.
No. You're being sneaky. You're doing
I'm not
the
being
Destiny
sneaky.
shit. You're doing
I'm
the
not
Destiny.
doing it.
You're fucking
No,
sneaky.
how dare you?
Oh, how dare you? You fucking snake. Okay, no. I won't say that it's an insurrection, but it's an insurrection.
It's not. Emmett, okay, you have to believe me. From a religious point of view, I am very Christian, okay?
Okay.
So it actually, honestly, from a moral level, I don't want to call them sex slaves. from a secular level, if I was to put myself outside of my moral framework, it does sound like sex slaves. But from my personal opinion, I do not. That's the last thing I want to say because that
Yeah,
sounds like
I'm trying
not
to
good.
give you a logical proof that they cannot be sex slaves. So, sex slaves. First premise, okay? They are sex slaves. Premise one, okay? People can people premise one. Sex slaves can be sold. Premise two.
I
Okay.
agree with premise. Okay, well, sorry. Let's go slow. I say premise one again because I think I agree with
Premise
that.
one. Any sex slave can be sold by its master. Let's put it that way.
Yes, I
Okay.
agree with that.
Premise
fully.
two. The people that were taken as brides by these Jewish men cannot be cannot sell them.
Okay.
Conclusion: these brides are not sex slaves.
Wait, I don't see how.
Yeah, it's important
Wait,
that you
how
understand
does premise one connect to
because
premise two?
a slave is not a person. A slave is an object that you can sell.
Well,
That's the
I
whole
feel like you
point.
would need. I feel like you need a lot more premises to justify
No, I
that.
don't.
No, you do.
No, because a slave, specifically when it comes to slavery, is an idea that the person in question can be bartered.
No,
they're not
no.
considered people. They're
No,
considered
no,
property.
no. Fuck that. Okay, imagine I'm
No.
on a random island.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Yeah.
just play with my game for a second.
Okay.
Imagine I'm on a random island.
I will.
And I have women, and
Uh-huh.
I've taken them hostage. Okay,
Mhm.
but I create some system where I'm like, I can't sell them,
Like a
but they
good man.
they have to fuck me.
Yeah.
But I can't sell them.
You can't.
Those are still sex slaves.
No.
What do you mean no? I stole
Slavery.
them, and I point guns at them, and I say you have to suck my dick, otherwise I will murder you.
That
okay,
would be.
that's what I tell them.
That would be
You're
another
saying that's
word.
not a sex slave?
That would be another word that rhymes with grapes. Okay, but that will be.
But you're
not
saying
slavery.
that's not a sex slave. And
No,
it
isn't.
In what? So okay, so maybe that's our disagreement. And what?
Slavery by
I definition. Know, in what world is not a? Yeah. What's your definition of sex slave?
By definition, slavery means that the person is property and can be sold. You can sell them.
I would say, okay. I think that is logically consistent. I guess I would say my definition of slave is that
it's wrong.
You're just property.
Yeah,
but I don't have the sold part. If I own a woman and she's like in my fucking basement and she does whatever I says she does, that is a slave.
No, that would
It doesn't matter if I can. If it doesn't matter if I can go into a capitalistic mindset and like sell or trade her. If she does whatever I say she does, that's a slave. And I think on an ontological level, I think you would agree with me. You don't have agency, you have autonomy.
No,
if
because
if
we're
you
talking.
Have to do whatever your master says, you are a slave. It doesn't. The commerce part of that means nothing. Absolutely nothing.
There must be there's a thing there that means that you can be sold because you are property. Okay, if you have a person as a prisoner, you have a person that you have kidnapped and you cannot barter with her. That's not a slave. That would be a prisoner would be someone that you kidnapped. Okay, there are ways that you can save them, but this is completely different from a slave because a slave is property that you can sell.
I wanna do a fucking. You like Andrew Wilson, okay? I want to do a fucking Andrew Wilson internal critique, okay?
Yeah.
So I have a woman in my basement right now, okay? And
I believe
she
you.
sucks my dick. Yeah, you do believe me. It's literally true. And I have her in my basement. She sucks my dick anytime I want. And she like makes like fucking makes various dream catchers. She's really good at that. Okay, she's like amazing at dream catchers. She's like so good, and the like symmetry of the dream catchers is amazing. And then I will take the dream catchers and I sell them, and she can't stop it. So I am making money off her, but I am not going to sell her. That's against my morals. I'm never going to sell her. Would you say she's not a slave?
Can you sell her?
No, well, not legally,
Oh,
and not under my own ethics. So in no sense can I sell her.
there you
So
go.
you would say
She's not a
she's not a
slave.
sex slave,
She's a captive, or she would be a prisoner, or she would be a kidnapped victim.
but she's having sex with me anytime I want, and
Yeah,
she's doing labor for me
yeah.
anytime I want.
You are
But you're
also
gonna commit that she is not a sex slave.
you're also drinking a lot of grape juice. I understand what you mean by that, okay? But
Yeah.
she's still not a slave, because a slave entails the fact that you can sell, because she's not a person. She
No,
is
that
property.
Emmett, that's retarded. You're saying I could have someone, so I could make this girl make infinite dream catchers. I could become, let's say she makes the best dream catchers, okay? And I sell them for $1,000 a pop, okay?
Mhm.
So I'm like Jeff Bezos off these dream catchers.
Yeah.
And she's sucking my dick anytime I want.
Yeah, I understand what you mean by that.
In what world is she not? So she's doing
You
sex
have to
anytime
understand.
I want. She's doing labor anytime I want.
Mhm.
So from like a Marxist point of view, she is like providing services anytime I want.
Yeah.
But just because I can't sell her, you were saying she's not a slave, even though I'm getting I'm extracting infinite labor from her.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
what would you call her then? If you wouldn't call her a slave, what the fuck would you call someone like that?
Well, as I said, there will be a captive, there will be a prisoner, there will be something else than a slave, because the slave entails that I can sell them.
Okay, so
Because
she's
they're
a
my
captive.
property.
She's a captive who does infinite.
Have you ever had a
work
dog,
for me.
Confluence? Have you ever had a dog?
Yes, I have. Yeah.
Can you sell your dog?
Yes.
Okay. So one day, a person from animal rights came to my door and was like, "Your dog is kind of weird," and I was like, "Okay." And she was like, "I will come and see if your dog is still doing good," and I was like, "I will sell her tomorrow." What the fuck are you gonna do about it?
I'm not sure if I don't know if I.
Because
Are you
that
saying
my
that
dog
that means that
is
dog is a slave?
yeah, it's my property.
This selling has nothing
It
to
is
do
my
with the
property,
slavery.
and I can sell it whenever
No,
I want. That's the
under
whole
what-
point. Because
No,
yes,
in what sense?
because
In what
I'm not
sense?
listen, okay, I'm not a Marxist that doesn't know how words work and definitions work. But there's definitions of what a slave is, and the definition
Oh,
entails that
don't
it's not a
semantically
person.
like that, Emmett.
It's well, what do you want me to do when we're talking?
No, I want you to
The
be
definition
real
of
with
a
me.
slave.
I want you to be real. If you have
I am
someone in
real.
ancient Egypt and they're building a fucking pyramid,
Yes,
but you can't sell them.
you can.
But they can. No, I'm just hypothetically.
But you
let's say-
can.
No, hypothetically. Don't make me Andrew Wilson.
Don't
and ask you what you had for
don't,
breakfast. I'm talking hypothetical.
Well, I
okay?
haven't eaten yet, but I will tomorrow. So the point.
No, I'm going somewhere. Hypothetically,
Mhm.
in ancient Egypt, let's say you could not sell them, but every day for 60 years they have to build that pyramid. You are willing to commit that that is not a slave, even though they have to. If they don't work, they will fucking die. I will kill them if they don't build my pyramid. You're saying just on the basis that I cannot commodify them to the sense that I can sell them, they are technically not a slave? Under anyone's definition, that's a slave. I feel like you know that's true.
It is true that you can sell. The whole point was sell.
No.
They're
no,
not
I'm saying
people.
I can't sell them. I can't.
But
in,
you
in my
can.
hypothetical, no. My
Who would be-
hypothetical, I meant.
Listen,
No,
in
my
Egypt,
hypothetical is
wait,
selling
Confluence.
is not illegal. Again, it's a hypothetical. Emmett.
They would be servants. They will not. There's an actual thing. They will be servants of the state of Egypt. They will not be slaves.
Emmett. It's a hypothetical, okay?
I am telling you what they would be in the hypothetical.
I'm not telling you what you think Egypt would be. I'm telling you about a hypothetical, okay?
Yes, and
It's
you're
a
telling me,
hypothetical.
will they be slaves? And I say no. They will be servants to the
No.
state of Israel, of Egypt.
Emmett, okay. Emmett, forget everything you knew about Egypt, okay?
See.
Hypothetically, you could do that. Just fucking follow my logic for a second,
Uh-huh.
okay? Don't fucking cuck your mind. Just like,
Okay.
just understand it.
I'm trying to.
Yes, okay. I hope you actually are. Okay, so it's Egypt. They have to build the pyramids.
Mm-hmm.
For me, as the guy who owns the people, I cannot sell them. Let's say some god is above me, and he's like, you can't sell them.
Okay.
But I make them. I make them do infinite work, and they suffer, and I don't care. I'm like, you have to keep building the pyramids, but I can't sell them.
Mm-hmm.
I can't. I'm not allowed. By divine ordinance, I cannot sell them. But every day they suffer, they starve, and I'm like, you keep building those fucking pyramids.
Okay.
And then they go 80 years and then they die. Would you say those are not slaves?
Yeah, there won't be slaves.
That
There would be servants, and they
That's
would be
consistent?
under.
But that's fucking insane.
Well, let me tell you something,
Any
okay?
reasonable person would say those were slaves.
What you're describing, exactly what you're describing, would be a feudal lord, and the feudal lord could not sell the people on their property, okay? Because they were people, but they live under their property, and they had to work because they had to pay the feudal lord, and they were called servants. They were not called slaves.
You know that's copium, though. You
No.
absolutely know. You absolutely do know. If you were an Egyptian and you could not leave and you lived 80 years of your life having to do whatever your masters told you, but the only condition was you couldn't be sold. But in every other sense, if they said you had to suck some pharaoh's dick, you had to do it. You had to build a pyramid, you have to do it. You work, 20-hour days, you have to do it. There's no way you would say, well, I'm not a slave because feudal lords is different. There's no fucking way you'd believe that. I don't believe that. And at that point, if you do concede that,
there is a meaning.
That's semantic bullshit, and you know that's semantic bullshit.
No, it's the other way around. You're working on semantic bullshit. You're saying, hey, this word, I want it to mean whatever the fuck I want and know what it means. And I'm telling you the meaning of the word. The meaning is, hey, this is slavery, and it entails the fact that you can sell the people because they're not people, they're property, and they belong to you, and you can sell them. And you're like, no, I want to play the semantic game, and I want the word to mean whatever the fuck I want.
Emmet, actually, I think in some ways, I think you're fair. If we're talking semantically, like, let's say that is your definition of a slave, is by definition, a slave has to be someone who's able to be sold. I guess I do have to agree, okay?
Mm-hmm.
But I would say whatever is happening, what I described in Egypt, where you have to suck Pharaoh's dick anytime he wants, you have to build pyramids for 20 hours a day. I guess, yeah. No, you're right. I actually do agree with you. But that is fucking shitty. I don't care what word you want to put on it. That is shitty.
Yeah, but you're not asking me if it's shitty. You're asking me if it's a slavery, which is a very different question.
I agree. Okay. No, I'm not trying to like, I'm not trying to score points in debates. I just want to get to the actual like fucking nut of it,
Mm-hmm.
So like, I guess if we're talking about like women in to go back to the Deuteronomy passage, those people, their families and extended families have been probably murdered. They've been pulled back, right? And they have sex. And let's say they don't satisfy their husband. And the fact that they can't be sold, to me, that is nothing. If I empathetically put myself in that fucking girl's shoes, that Israeli Jewess's shoes, I feel like that fucking sucks, right?
I agree.
I'm like,
when I go into my feelings,
you might not say that's slavery, but that is misogyny. And I guess that was the debate wasn't like, was it slavery or not?
Confluence,
me,
that's misandry.
If that's a patriarchal system, that's fucking dog shit toward women. As not a woman, I feel like I can say it. That's fucking dog shit.
Confluence, that's misandry. Because I agree it's dog shit. But we don't give a shit about the women that die in battle. About the men that die in battle. We just don't give a shit about them. All we care about is about the feelings of this lady that got back into a village, is being kind of fed, and then one of the guys is like, you know what? You're pretty. I want you as my bride. How about we actually do this? And according to the law, she would be a full bride if she accepts. And if she has it, she has to be treated as part of the family.
No, I get it. Emmet, okay, sorry. I don't want to go into a meta discussion, but are you Christian? You're Christian, right?
I am, yeah.
Okay, so I guess this is what I want to get into. If you want to entertain me, you don't have to, because like this isn't about Christianity. But like, I agree that like, yes, men are objectively kind of shafted. I get in the Old Testament. I don't disagree with you, right? They are just fucking, they're just gone. But I think, and again, this is a hard thing for me to say, because again, I am a Christian. But what do you think, I guess, about that Deuteronomy passage where it's like, I get the men have it worse, but if you're an omnipotent God, and this is me kind of like, I guess I'm trying to steal, man, because again, I am a Christian.
Oh, are you gonna do the judgment of God? I'm very fucking careful with that. With the words that are gonna come out of your mouth if you don't wanna blaspheme soon.
No,
Confluence.
That's probably a good warning. Okay, and I will try to correct that. I concede that is probably a good warning, but it does. I guess I don't get it on why, yes, men have to die, but women have to be sex slaves, or they can't be sold, so I guess you wouldn't agree with the slave, but they have to do sex, and then they just get released into the wild if they don't fulfill.
They're not released into the wild.
Well, into the surrounding neighborhoods. I mean, I don't care what you
they
call
say
it.
they go back into their house. They literally have they
What's
had
their
places.
House? What's their house?
When
the Israelites destroyed the land of Canaan. They they kill every Amalekite, male, woman. They kill the fucking donkeys, and when they don't kill the donkeys, they get in trouble for not killing the donkeys.
Yes, and when when they took him back, when they took these ladies back into their villages, they had places for them to be. That is the house, pretty much.
What were the places? What were the places?
They're not. Okay, they were not just about to let them. The people that were left alive, they were not called to just leave them to die in the wilderness. Okay, they were called to take them back. Okay, and when they took him back, yes.
Emmett.
What do you
my
think
problem.
happened? Confluence?
They weren't called in either direction.
I can't hear you. Give me just 1 second because I'm getting a call.
Okay, I hope it's your call. I hope it's not my mic fucking up. I mean, you can still hear me though, yes? I don't know if Emmet can still hear me. Can someone Discord me? Can anyone hear me? I just want to know if it's like my issue or if it's Emmet's issue. Because he has his headphones off.
Okay, I'm really sorry. I got a call and my thing just connects automatically to the thing. So
you can hear me though?
I can hear you now. Yeah.
Okay. Sorry, I thought I fucking disconnected my mic.
Yeah. Okay. So let me put it this way. This is what happened in war in the past, because
this is
apparently
a debate review. Okay,
I know, but it's because you're asking me.
By the way, yeah,
I didn't want to debate you, but it was like I wanted to know about that specific question. I was gonna move forward, and you were like, "No, let's go back."
Yeah, no, I am.
Right, let's go back.
I'm good.
In the past, when there was war, they would take the spoils of war, and that's what they were called, and that would be usually specifically the woman. They will be the spoils of war. And what they did is they did not kill them. What they did is they put them in a place specifically, and they were sold into slavery. This is very well known. Okay.
Whoa.
I'm not talking.
They were sold into slavery.
What am I talking about? I'm talking about the Jews, or I'm talking in general.
No, well,
the general, like the Phoenicians and the Egyptians and the Greeks and all of these different places, what they did is they will take them and they will sell them. Okay,
you're not talking Bible times.
Well, I'm talking Bible times, but I'm not talking
Well,
about the
if they
Israelis.
sold them, then by your own definition, they
Why?
were slaves.
Yeah, but what is the difference between the Phoenicians and the Jews?
Well, I mean, I don't think there's actually that much difference.
There's not that much difference. Did the Phoenicians have the fucking book, okay? Deuteronomy? Yeah, Deuteronomy. Did they have Did they have the book with the laws?
No, but I guess
Oh, I
think
see.
makes...
So there is a difference, right?
Yeah, but the difference is, I think if you were Emmett, if you were a woman back in the day, do you think you would feel that difference? I guess, like, honestly, not being like fucking blood sports debatey, but like you.
Of course, I would feel the difference. 100%.
So you get stolen, your family is slaughtered, and now you have to fuck the guy, and if you don't please him, you just get sent off. It doesn't say where you get sent off, you just get sent off. You think that is actually boots on the ground, you think that's different. If you were a Phoenician woman, you think you would suffer so much more. If you do, you're nodding, so explain why. How does a Phoenician woman suffer
I don't know.
much more?
I don't know how to measure suffering of a guy that died in battle.
No, I'm not talking about guys. I'm talking about Phoenician woman versus Israeli, or sorry, not deuterocanonical women. People subscribe to the laws of Deuteronomy when they're brought in, and they have to have sex, and then they're just released. And yes, they can't be sold. I agree. I want you to put yourself in the place of a Phoenician woman who's a sex slave, and someone who's in Deuteronomy who's a sex, you would not say slave. I want to say, what is the actual and what's the difference?
One is a wife.
If you could put yourself in both of their places. Again, not blood sports debate. Like, I'm not trying to win points here. I just actually want to know what your thoughts are on that. Who's that guy? Bring him onto the panel.
It's a friend.
Okay, Emmett? Did he want to join, Emmett? Did he want to join?
Well, if you want to talk Spanish, he will join.
I can't. Yo hablo español.
No hablo español.
Amore.
Okay, let me put it this way. We'll go back because apparently we're not getting to the point. For some reason, you keep jumping around. The whole world was like this, okay? Do you think there is a difference between a woman that can be a bride and be an actual wife and have all of the benefits of the wife in the household than a person that is, let's say, that's the same Phoenician woman, but it's by the Greeks, and they take her and they slave her and they sold her, and she has no way to be a wife ever, okay? And they're gonna just have a lot of grape juice with this woman. Do you think there's a difference between one and the other?
I do. I think, again, I am a Christian. I think that the Israelis treated women way better than the surrounding nations. But
you know what happened
in Emmett. I feel like
Confluence,
you and me are on the same side in a lot of ways.
I agree.
There's a big difference between
I agree with you 100%. But you have to agree with me that in both cases, we don't give a shit about the men that die in battle. We just don't give one hell of a shit about them. Okay? And that is way worse because under the patriarchal system, we still don't give a shit about them. So I don't know how much I can go ahead and say, oh, this is worse for the woman when in reality this is way worse for the man, and we don't give a shit.
Fair. I would say okay. I feel like we could move the conversation on though.
Yes. Awesome.
We might disagree on which women suffer more, but we both agree on male disposability. But I actually want to hear your thoughts on this because I've been workshopping this with like people I know in real life because I've been like talking about like my debates and like I'm just trying to like get people's opinions and stuff.
Yeah.
But I feel like the male disposability in war, and I honestly want to know if there's a good counter to this. I feel like that would exist under egalitarianism, under matriarchy. I feel like because guys are biologically stronger under any system you could imagine, they just would be sent to war. So it's
Okay.
not a cause of patriarchy. That's just fucking life. So if you agree with me there, well then we have nothing to talk about. But if you think the
No.
patriarchy is sacrificing them, I think a matriarchy or egalitarian, I think they'd sacrifice them the same way.
Yeah, but
Because they're just stronger.
okay, we can move on. Okay, we're gonna get there. We'll get there. I will tell you this: I don't believe egalitarianism or matriarchy exist, and they cannot exist, and there's no way for them to exist, and there's no way that you can point out to a society that is either of those things.
But I just want to before you go on, I'm not trying to cut you off, but I'm trying to say hypothetically, if you imagined an egalitarian or a matriarchy society, they would still send the guys off to war to die because guys are just stronger and they can fucking kill the enemy more. So I think that's just like, that's fucking God did that to us. If you want to talk about men dying in war, fucking God himself has done that to us, or biology if you're not a Christian, like, you know, but it's not patriarchy. That's any system would send their men off to war. Nope. Any system you could imagine would send men off to war to die. And if you have a counter example, I would love to hear it.
Yes, I reject your hypothetical as unsound. It just cannot be. So since egalitarianism and matriarchy cannot exist, I reject the hypothetical.
No, that's not how hypotheticals work.
Yeah, they do. You can reject the hypothetical for being illogical.
That's not.
Yeah.
No, that isn't. Yeah. You're saying you cannot imagine a world in which women have somehow conceived.
I can imagine it, but it doesn't exist and it cannot exist. That's what I'm saying.
No, if you can imagine it, it's a hypothetical.
I can imagine. Listen, okay? I can imagine a woman being 5,000 million kilometers big. That doesn't mean that it can exist.
Good. You can imagine it. That means it's a hypothetical, brother.
Nope.
Philosophically? Yeah.
Nope.
Philosophically?
You realize that you can reject hypotheticals, right? And you can reject hypotheticals because the logic is completely unsound. And in this case, I reject it because it is unsound.
The logic. You are rejecting it on an empirical basis. You're not rejecting it on a logical basis.
I am rejecting it.
Tell me why logically a woman couldn't be that big. Tell me logically why, not empirically, logically.
Well, in these cases, we're talking about a body. We have to go to the capacity of the body and the capacity of it being that big. The heart couldn't exist. The heart that is needed for a person to be that big couldn't exist.
So not logically, to be clear.
It is logical because if something cannot exist in reality, and we're talking about a real body that is in
you could imagine a woman
sense,
has a bigger heart chamber. Are you telling me, Emmett?
No.
You can't imagine a woman with a bigger heart chamber? You can't imagine any type of XX chromosome. You're telling me you cannot do that. You have the poverty of imagination where you cannot imagine an XX chromosome person with a big heart chamber.
Hypotheticals are designed to test logic, and they have to be able to exist in the paradigm for them to be accepted.
Emmett, fuck you! You're telling me.
I don't know. It's not my fault, Confluence, that you don't know the basis of logic, okay? It's not my fault.
No,
Tell me the 3 laws of logic right now. Come on.
If you were telling me, look, we could go down that. We could do the whole.
Just tell them.
We could do like the 3.
Just
what's
mention
the 3 rails of government? We could do all that.
I can tell you the three chambers of government, not chambers, the 3 branches of government if you want to, but you have to tell me the 3 laws of logic first.
Do you want to do that? Because I feel like this isn't adversarial.
No, I don't want to do that.
Non-contradiction, the laws of the excluded middle. We could fucking do that. do you want to do that though? Like I feel like
an identity.
That seems adversarial to me.
I'm
not trying to do that. I'm not trying. And again, I won't ask you the laws of government, although I think branches. You do know them.
Executive, legislative, and judicial. Yes, I do know it.
Right, exactly. But I'm not gonna fucking erudite you. Okay, I'm not gonna do that. Like,
are you gonna do
we respect each other?
Are you gonna do the Agrippa's trilemma? Just.
Okay, that's in my back pocket. Okay,
That's
don't
it.
tell the
Don't
stream
tell.
that Emmett, that is in my back pocket. Okay, Agrippa's trilemma is in my back pocket.
Okay,
But I won't
Confluence.
use it unless I have to.
Okay, I'm gonna tell you these. Okay, I reject the hypothetical. I don't think it's logically sound. If it's something that cannot be,
How
I
can it
cannot
not be?
accept it because there is
How?
something that's
I
called
need you to
force.
explain it. No. How can you not?
Yes.
How can you not? You can't imagine sexual dimorphism being such that you have you have one sex and you have the other sex and you have the one sex having XX chromosomes and them being very strong. You're telling me that's logically impossible, brother? That's fucking retarded. If you think that, that's fucking insane.
No, it's not insane. It's just how
No,
it is.
that is
Big Soda,
insane.
it's executive,
What? Tell me the
legislative,
logic.
and judicial. Okay, so shut up. Sorry,
No,
that was
okay,
my
maybe
chat.
no. Maybe I'm getting no. Don't pay attention to chat. Pay attention to me. Maybe I'm getting like I'm sorry. Maybe I'm getting too emotional. But I want to know. Okay, truly, like forget about
Mhm.
human biology. What is
Mhm.
there about there being sexual dimorphism between species? One of them being XX, one of them being XY,
Mhm.
and there being different strength differences than the ones we observe. What is actually illogical about that?
There's a strength difference. Okay, when it comes to men and women, it's
No,
so big.
that is
It is
brother.
so big.
That is literally. I tried. That's not what I asked. Okay, I don't want to. I'm not trying to get points on you, Emmett. Literally, listen to what I'm saying. Okay, uncuck your lip cucked fucking whatever Vosh said mind. Okay, just listen to what I'm saying. Okay.
Voshide, you wanted to insult me, you fucker. You did it. We're gonna have problem now.
No.
Not a Voshide.
Look, I hate Vosh. I'm just quoting him because he made a good quote. No, I hate Vosh as well. We're on the same page. No, I honestly want you to take in what I'm saying. Okay, forget about everything else you know. Is there a logical contradiction in having two species? Imagine any
One
species. Right, but you don't know the species, so don't imagine it's men and women. Just any species, hypothetically, okay?
Uh-huh.
And they have sexual dimorphism. So one of them is way over here, one of them is like let's say way over here.
Yeah.
But is there a logical contradiction in them being closer to parity than not being closer?
You can okay. Are you talking
Because there
about
is animals that are like that. Humans, I agree, have big sexual dimorphism. The men are very much stronger than a woman.
Okay.
But there's no logical contradiction. We could imagine a world where men and women are basically equal strength. We could imagine a world in which women are stronger than men. That is logically compatible.
That's logical. Okay. I mean, that is logically possible. You're talking about logical possibility. In logical possibility, you are correct. But I said it's not logically sound, which means that I'm rejecting the premises logically because that is not how it is.
In what sense are you saying it's not sound? Because if you're saying it's not sound, it's not valid, and the premises don't follow. Which one are you saying? You're saying it's not. How do the premises not follow?
Egalitarianism needs that the dimorphism is such that it's irrelevant, which I don't think it's even possible. And matriarchy would mean that the women are capable of enforcing their own rights, which is impossible.
You're going way off of the premises, though, right?
No,
you are.
Egalitarianism. What is egalitarianism?
You're adding so much stuff. My premises are that you could have species again that are dimorphic. I don't know what the adjective would be.
It will be logically possible. Yes,
but also sound based on my premises.
Yes, I agree. In this
so it's logically
case,
sound and it's valid
for species in general. Yes, of course.
Well, okay. I guess so. I guess that's
for
what I'm trying
humans.
To figure out.
For humans, no.
Okay, well that's an entirely different topic now.
No. What are we talking about? Are we talking about ants or are we talking about humans?
No, okay. The world of logic, if it's logic and if it's sound, that's 100%, that's completely different from whether humans follow that. Because maybe human dimorphism is such that there could be
Uh-huh.
no relation between the sexes. Maybe males are so much stronger than females that there could be no possible, relation between those two things.
Yeah.
But that's not the same as logic.
That is the same as logic. What are you talking
No,
about?
it's not. It's
What is
it's
the premise?
literally not.
What is one of the presuppositions of logical statements?
Nothing to do with boots on the ground reality.
When it comes to soundness of an argument, what is the presupposition of that?
The prepositions have to follow naturally,
Have
and
to
there has
be?
to be. Wait, what?
Yeah, there's another thing. Let's say they have to be.
They have to be. I feel like I'm going to say the word logical, but I feel like that's like tautological.
That's
They have
would be
to.
tautological.
They have to be valid. Valid.
No, they have to be true.
No. What?
Ah,
That is. No,
ah,
they do have to
they
be
have
valid.
to be true. No, they have to be
No,
true.
they have to be valid.
No, for it to be valid, they have to be true. For them to be sound, they have to be true. The presupposition of these is that the premises are true. How do we know they're true? Okay, well,
Okay,
we have to go to the premises.
I feel like we're okay. Yes, that's okay. We're getting the weeds. Okay, for something, I don't think we need to go here, Emmet. But for something to be sound, it has to be. What is it? It has to be
True.
valid and
they need to be valid. So the logic
they
has
have
to
to
be valid.
So for something to be sound, it has to be valid and true. Or what's the word?
Yeah, they have to be true. But we're talking about the not the
No, but in like a Philo 101 course. See, I feel like
logic has to be valid, and the premises
Look,
have to be true. That's it.
Okay, but yeah, okay.
They have to be true. The premises have to be true, and the logic has to be valid. Those are the two things.
and then it's sound. Yes.
Then it's sound, and then it's something is
sound.
And then for logic to be possible, if this logic is possible, yes, it's possible, and at that point we can say that the premises don't have to be true. They just have to be. The logic has only to be possible. It has to follow. So is logically possible that Wolverine exists? It's logical. Yes, it's logically possible that it exists. Is it sound?
But it's also,
no.
No, wait. In what sense is it not? I don't want to get into the weeds, but in what it is sound that Wolverine could exist.
It's valid. No. It's possible.
It's
logically possible, or it's logically valid.
You could build premises that follow into the conclusion, and you could build premises that each on their own terms are sound, but that doesn't have any relation.
The premises
to the
are
world.
not
That's
true.
not how logic works, Emmett.
Yes,
that's
how
logic
it works.
doesn't imply it will lead to the physical world. I guess that's what I'm trying to express to you.
No, it does. What are you talking about?
No, it doesn't.
Yes,
No,
it does.
No, it does not.
Yes.
Look. Anyone in the chat can fact check this. Something can be logically sound. It doesn't mean it's gonna rely into the physical world. It doesn't mean it's gonna.
Yeah, they can be
reality.
metaphysical. There are metaphysical claims that are completely sound.
So you agree with me? You agree with me then? It doesn't have to go into the physical world.
No,
Something could
have
be
to.
both logically true. It could be valid. It could
but
be.
But when we're talking
sound.
about the physical world, then we have to take that into consideration. In this case, we're talking about civilizations. In civilization, all of them are patriarchal. All of them. There's no way that they can be. There's no way that they can.
Soundness and validness now.
No, there's no way. There's no way that they can be egalitarian. Okay, there's no way they can be egalitarian, and there's no way they can be matriarchal. And that's what I'm saying. Since there's no way, I cannot accept a hypothetical where we have egalitarian or matriarchal societies, because the logic is not sound. They cannot exist.
Okay, look, I actually agree. I think this is where I got lost in the sauce with Beth. I actually think I think and this is the problem with me. I will take full responsibility. I think I've dragged you into the mud, okay, and I think I dragged Beth into the mud. But okay, let's go back to the matriarchy, patriarchy, egalitarian stuff, okay?
Yeah.
I still think even
Mhm.
though, yes, it's like, because I did hear what you said before, and I do agree with it, that like, yeah, no one cares about men dying in war. But I guess what I'm talking about is like, you're a Christian, I'm a Christian, so I feel like it's fair for me to go into that passage. There's like, what biblical passage would you say is unfair to men? Because I would point to that one as that one that's unfair to women. And so, do you have a passage
What is
that's like,
fairness?
well, just
Define that.
that seems like that seems like it fucking fucks women over, or fucking fucks men over. Because
I
I
don't
guess I
know.
can bring up passages that fuck women over. Do you have one? Because I've read the whole Bible multiple times. I don't have a passage that fucks men over, I guess. And again, I am a Christian, so like, honestly, that troubles myself. Like, I'm not some feminist coming at you, but it does trouble me that I can't think of one that like that screws men. It all seems to shaft women, and I don't know why that is. But do you at least
Uh,
like, because at least I feel like if you were like a real patriarch, you could say it shafts women, but fuck women, they're inferior to men, and so that is what it is. And I don't know what
why
I
would I
don't know if I could
say
say anything to
that?
that.
How would I
But if
say
you
that?
no, I don't know. I'm not saying you
Do you
would.
understand that authority? It doesn't mean that you want to fuck up the other sex, right? Well, you do want to have babies, but that doesn't mean that you want
I
to
didn't say fuck up.
be.
I'm just saying.
You
I'm
know,
just
it's
like, I
like
said fuck other, as in like lack of consideration. Like, we do not give a shit from a biblical lens. We don't care what happens to women. We
no,
care
it's
what
the other
happens to
way
men.
around. That
So can
passage.
you show a passage
Yes.
that hurts the men?
Yeah, I
And
can.
'cause honestly, I'm not trying to score points. I actually want to
Mm.
know.
What is the passage that you were mentioning?
The
The one the one is in
no,
where the
yeah, no,
book
okay,
name that I
I
can't
have it in my
pronounce.
obsidian. Just give me like 2 secs.
Hmm. Yeah, I'll show you in that specific passage.
Deuteronomy. Uh,
Deuteronomy.
no, I think.
You know what?
Oh, there's
Just
so many. I think, okay, cool. I
no.
feel like we could
I
go to
want the
this.
one you mentioned about the brides. Take a bride after war.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
If you
I
have,
have
I have
it.
an Exodus one, but if you got one, I'll
Yeah,
dance to
I just don't want. I
whatever you want.
just King version. So I use the new King's
Emmett,
version.
I will dance to whatever music you want me to dance to. Okay,
We all love each other.
because I just love dancing. You know.
No, it's not sexual morality. And Lord delivers them to your hand, and you take them captive, and see among the captives a beautiful woman, desire her, would take her for your wife, then you shall bring her home to your house, and she shall shave her head and trim her nails. You shall put off the clothes of should put off the clothes of her captivity, remain in your house, and mourn her father and her mother for a full month, after you may go into her and be her husband. You know what I don't see here? I don't see nothing about the guys that die in battle and nobody give a shit about. And I still
I
don't
mean,
see a place here when anybody gives one iota of a crap for the men that died.
look,
Not
if
one.
that
In fact, I
okay,
see a
but
bunch of leaptards and new age
Emmett,
Christians being here crying how bad the women are doing. How bad is for the women?
Emmett,
Oh,
I don't.
I am
I
gonna
feel like
cry because the women is so bad. And nobody give
that's
one cent of a shit
look. I
about
mean,
all the men that died when it came to this kind of crap. Okay, no one.
it, but if that okay, look, I already said if that's your argument, if that's that like no one gives a shit about men, I agree. And then
There
we
you
could
go.
go into we could talk about that.
Yeah.
But I'm saying in the text, which is you.
In
I
the
mean, you're a
text,
Christian. You're a fucking Christian.
did you
You
see?
believe God ordained this text, right? You
Did you
believe
see any
in
place
either
here?
sola scriptura, or you believe in
I don't believe in
in
sola scriptura.
are
Did you
you
see any place
Orthodox?
here? Yeah, I'm Orthodox. Did you see any place here where it said
You
about
believe
anything about the men?
in ineffability, right?
Infallibility.
Infallibility? I can't say it right now.
You're talking about the infallibility of the Pope?
Infallibility. There we go.
Oh
yeah.
no, we don't believe in
that?
infallibility of the Pope. That would be the Roman See, the heretical Roman
not
See.
of the Pope, of the Scriptures.
Of the Scriptures.
Yeah.
Yes, we believe in the infallibility of the Scriptures, but it requires something. Do you know what it requires?
Well, the interpretation from
interpretation, exactly. So
yeah.
you cannot have infallibility from Scripture. You need proper interpretation. And interpretation is not about a word given 10,000 years ago that may mean whatever the hell you want because you're doing some kind of word concept fallacy that you don't know. It's about, the whole thing. It's about the church having authority in interpretation of the Scripture. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I agree. So I feel like only because you like kind of fucked me on that one, I'm gonna fuck you. What patristics do you have to cite on that? I'm gonna fuck you right back. What patristics do you have to cite? And hands up. Put your hands up, Emmett. You little shit. Put your hands up. Just quote the patristics.
You want me to give you the interpretation of the church right now? Is that what you want me to do?
Hands up, brother. Hands up. I don't see your hands up.
Listen,
why aren't your hands up?
I'm not gonna do that.
Oh,
I'm not gonna give you interpretation. I can't.
Confluence. I don't expect you to. I'm saying you tried to fuck me. I'm saying I tried to fuck you. I don't expect you to. Look, none of us. I don't get.
Confluence.
I couldn't do it. You couldn't do it.
No, Confluence. I cannot give you interpretation. You want interpretation? I'm gonna give you one big advice. Go to a church and talk to a priest.
I have.
Okay, that's the advice. You want interpretation? Take your Bible, go to a church, an Orthodox church, and talk to a priest. Okay,
I have.
There you
done
go.
What you're saying.
I'm just saying, like right now, when you ask me,
you know I can fuck you back.
Well,
you don't know the patristics, and
I do know the patristics, but I don't have to.
Put your fucking hands up.
I'm not gonna give you interpretation.
So you don't know, and that's fine. Look, I don't expect you
Confluence,
to know.
You're mistaken. No. You're mistaken. The fact that I won't give you interpretation because I am not. I'm one. I'm not authorized, and two. I am not going to take you away. Yes.
You're not. You're not authorized to put your hands in the air right now and tell me what Tertullian said?
I'm not authorized to give you interpretation. That's why I told you to go to a fucking priest because they do. They are authorized.
I agree, Emmett. Look, I'm willing to agree. I don't know a lot of shit. I guess I want you to say you don't know a lot of shit. We both don't know a lot of shit. We're on fucking Twitch. We're debating. We both don't know a lot of shit. There's stuff that Tertullian said. God. There's stuff that we just don't know. We couldn't quote it. You couldn't quote the patristics. I couldn't quote the patristics. We both know that. That's just facts.
This is not a gotcha, dude. I'm not gonna. I don't need to quote a patristic.
That's my point. It's not a gotcha. I couldn't do it any more than you could do it. We both would.
What does this Confluence? What does this have to do with anything? Okay. What does this have to do with the fact that I told you a place in the fucking Bible, as you asked me, when we don't give 1 cent of a shit about what happened to men in battle? Nothing. They died, and no one gave a shit, and the people are still crying because you think in your interpretation of words, apparently you don't even know what they mean. That these women are to be sex slaves. Okay,
don't Protestant pill me like that. Okay,
so. Don't okay.
Look, I agree. I'm probably more Eastern Orthodox than Protestant in terms of actual theology. I mean, we talked about this before. You, me, Emmett, we did. You know my thoughts on theosis, right? So you know I'm more in your camp than I am in my own camp.
Yeah, just you should just accept the fact that we are the authority. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, but I feel like we have to be honest, we have to be honest. And I feel like the scriptures, they're more negative to women than men. I guess that's...
I don't agree. As I said, I think death is pretty fucking negative when it comes to life, especially without Christ. And we still didn't give one iota about those people. We don't. So the whole point about that was that specifically. Let's move on. I want to
Okay, yeah.
continue with the actual interview.
No, I agree because this is supposed to be a whole interview, and I feel like and again, this is again, Emmett. I don't blame you. I did the same thing with Beth. I fucking locked her down. Okay, look, this is my fucking autism. So you move on to the next topic because this is 100% me.
You,
I'm autistic.
you want to go back into these? You
I'll
just
agree
want to
with
go
this.
back.
So just move to the next because it's supposed to be a whole interview, and I feel like I've locked you fucking down. I've tried to interrogate you. That's a me thing. Okay,
That's
So I'm
fine.
sorry
Like the
about
whole
that.
point of
I apologize.
it's like we usually move between, and I had this, and I knew
Yeah.
I knew you were gonna take the bite too. I was like, this guy, he's not gonna, he has to accept the fact that he's kind of full of shit in a sense, and I will
Look,
guide him
I'll take
through
any
it.
bite. I'll take any. It's in my nature. Okay, like the scorpion. It's in
Okay.
my nature. Okay, Emmett, you know that.
One
Well,
point,
at least you know that now.
yeah, I think what you were trying to complain about is about the way that they try to change in your eyes the topic of the debate, kind of thing. You wanted to be
Yes.
into you wanted to go from the historical standard to the modern standard and back, pretty much back and forth. And
Yes.
Grid was like, guys are losing the plot. I need you to talk about modernity or talk about something because this is like completely lost in a sense, right?
Yes.
So how do you feel about that part of the
Oh.
debate?
You know what? I'm so glad that my autism was able to somehow let me move on to this post-autism world where I can talk about this. Because Emmett, honestly, okay, I love Grid. I love Grid, and I want to hear your point on this because I disagree fundamentally, and I want to hear a good counter example to what Grid was saying. Okay, I actually do. I'm not memeing. I actually want to hear a good one.
Okay.
Because he was telling Beth, he's like, you should have, if you pointed it to like the northwest seaboard of America, you could have talked about like Portland, patriarchy, and then you could have like put the whole debate in there. And that made me a little angry because I'm like, that's not how debates work. The prompt is what the prompt is. You cannot, in your opening, change it to a specific geographical temporal location and then just fucking expect the debate to go that way. But Grid kept saying that, and I really do. I like Grid. I like how he talks. So this is like no shade to Grid, but like I wasn't sure on. I don't get what he means. You can't change the prompt. The prompt to me, because I don't know if you listened to I fucking can't remember. I think you said you eventually listened to the whole thing, right? So you know I'm pro patriarchy, I'm anti feminism. You know that I think in modern terms, in the past 30 years, I think men do suffer more. I would have not taken a debate if the prompt was, do women suffer more in the past like 3 decades versus men? I wouldn't have taken that. That's not a prompt. I would agree with Beth. The prompt was, do men suffer more under patriarchy than women? And that's something I felt confident on. And so I feel like I didn't like that Grid was like, oh, you could reframe the debate in any way you wanted to be as temporal or as local as you wanted, and then Confluence just has to follow suit. I don't agree on that. You have the debate. I prepped. I put like 7 hours into my debate prep. I shouldn't have. So if Beth changes it, which she didn't, again, to Beth's credit, Beth, I love Beth. I love Beth. She did a great job. But I guess I just don't like what Grid said, where he was like, you could change it to any geography or any temporal place, and then Confluence has to follow suit. I think that's fucking. That's not how debates work. It's just not.
Okay. I I have a very different sense of what a debate is ought to be in some senses. Sometimes debates feel a lot like in this space they feel a lot like conversations that are a little bit confrontational, and I'm way into, I like cross examinations. That's why I like interviews, because it's a way to do a cross. I The debate was lost in the sauce at that point. So the moderator was trying to do is get you back into kind of a debate topic, and try to narrow the debate topic. So I think Grid was trying to do that. So I don't have any problems with him doing that.
No,
In
I
a
mean
sense.
what he said at the end.
Yeah, I don't have a problem with that either. In fact,
But you,
I think women in the
how do
past
you
30
not though?
years suffer more than when we were in a full blown out super strict patriarchy where they had to be barefoot and chained to the kitchen and pregnant.
I
I think they suffer a
agree.
lot more now. Women suffer a lot
I
more now than they did in the
agree.
past. That's what I would
But
say.
that wasn't. I mean, okay, Emmett, be real with me. Am
Hmm.
I too autistic?
A
Did
little.
I? Cause yeah, possibly. Did I take the prompt too literally? Cause it was like I don't remember the exact. So don't quote me verbatim. But it was like, do women suffer more under patriarchy than men? That was the gist of it. And to my knowledge,
Wait. I was actually wait. This is important because that's not the actual prompt.
no, I know. I said that. I said it's an approximate. It could be, do men have men suffered more under pay? I don't know what it is.
Uh, Beth, I know you're in chat. If you can, yeah,
Oh, it's Beth and Chad?
yeah. This was
Beth, I
about
love you. We should debate some more. Beth.
expect. Yeah. Well,
I
about
don't know.
expect.
I can't see chat right now.
It
Okay,
would
I'm
be like
sorry.
who has more expectations on the patriarchy,
No, I
in
thought no, wait,
modernity?
was it expectations? I thought it was
Yes.
like suffers.
No. It's not about suffers.
Okay, Emmett, now you're gonna make me go into my Discord. Okay, so my face is gonna be retarded as I like look into like the
Yep.
my
Look at it.
just look. Everyone look at my face. Everyone look at how my retarded my face is.
Oh, it was about do men have it harder under patriarchy?
Oh,
That was the
exactly.
yes.
Oh yeah. Oh baby. Yeah, exactly. Harder.
It's
Do
not
men
about
have it
suffering.
harder? I mean, that's Emmett. Fuck you. That's the same thing. You know that's the same thing.
No,
You
it's not.
know. Harder suffering. Honestly, fuck you. You fucking know that's the same thing.
Well, I would have called you that. I would have over called you on the topic of the debate at the beginning. You know me. You saw me.
I
You
do
know that
know
I am.
you.
You know that I will go into semantics and dive you and drag you down with me into semantics and roll in the
And
mud
you
with you.
call me autistic. I
Yeah.
just want to point
I'm
that
just gonna
out.
point that out. I never ever said that I am not. In fact, I have had multiple debates with autistic people when they're like, "But I'm autistic,"
Okay.
and I say, "Dude, you're missing the point. I'm also autistic."
Okay, look, I guess yeah. Look, that was my like secret sauce. But if you're saying you're both
we're on,
autistic, I
we're
guess I
on
have
the
nothing.
same fucking
I have
field.
nothing. Yeah. Okay. I guess then yeah, I got nothing. Okay.
Yeah, silence of friend are necessarily synonymous. That's correct. That would be like super got you into the mud with that. Um, but I mean that was the topic. I don't think it was about. I don't think it was in modern because you did say that you were gonna go in between, but it's still the topic was not necessarily suffering. It doesn't matter. It's
I
not
mean,
about. It's not about my
it's
opinion. It's about
it's
your opinion.
suffering
Confluence.
adjacent. You would at least admit
Oh
that,
yeah, I can
Emmett.
take it into account.
I
Yes.
think Beth can we bring can we is
Yeah,
can we
we
bring
will
Beth
bring
onto
her
the
up.
panel?
Yeah, we can bring her up.
Can we
But
bring? Because
confluence.
I really like Beth.
I'm gonna
Beth can join.
I'm gonna be really honest with you. If
Oh,
we're
yeah, be
making a
super
topic,
honest.
if we're making a topic, and the
Do it.
topic is who suffers more, man or woman, can you agree that women will always win that because they complain more?
In current year, I fully agree with you, and I
In the
think Beth agrees
past,
with me.
I'm pretty
In the
sure
past 30
that
years,
there are no
I want to
no
temporally, but in the past like 5,000 years, no, women have obviously suffered more, and that's what I thought the debate prompt was on. Women have obviously, between the grape and the fucking subjugation, I mean, it's not even a fucking question. I think any guy who fucking thinks that And again, I know everyone will call me a simp for saying that, but that's absolutely retarded to think that women have suffered less if we're talking like past 5,000. Again, I 100% with you and Beth.
Past
This is where we all
50,000
agree.
years, women suffer less than men. It's just
The
that
past
nobody
how
gives
many
that
years?
50,000. The only the thing is that,
No,
100
no,
mil,
Emmett.
the past 1 million years, nobody have give one fucking cent of a crap about men suffering because nobody cares.
Well,
Okay,
now we have a
we
fucking
don't
debate on our hands.
we care.
Bring Beth on. We got a fucking debate Redux. We got a second one.
We
the past,
don't care.
The past 50 years,
Confluence,
I agree.
Confluence. We care so little about it that men have biologically been like, why don't you talk about your feelings?
That's recent.
I don't have a feeling. I don't.
No, that's yeah, but Emmett,
Nobody
I agree
cares.
with you.
No one
But
gives
that's
a
recent.
shit. No.
I mean, can you find me a text where men don't care about male suffering 100 years ago?
There are
you can't.
texts.
Neither can I.
Listen, there are texts that says that. In fact, there are pretty much text. I think one of the kanjis in Japanese is like woman complaining, and it means like suffering. Woman complaining is a kanji, and it means suffering if you put it together. Okay,
Emmett.
So I'm just letting you know
that
this
but
is
I
something
feel like
that has existed for a long time.
Just between you and me, there's a reason you have to punt into the fucking Japanese to get that. You can't go into the Bible. If you can.
I can.
Oh, then fucking do it, brother. Go into the Bible and show me.
It's like I think there's one that is like a silent woman. It's like a great treasure. I think that's in Proverbs. It's like probably Beth knows better than me. This one is like, it's like a silent woman is like a great treasure or something like that. You know why? It's because they would complain to the ends of the earth. That's why.
Oh my god, Emmett, fucking be real with me. You know. There's like, yeah, you can look at like Proverbs and Psalms. Mm-hmm. That's not the law, right?
It's not?
No, it's not. It's literally not. It's not seen even in the Talmud, which I do not like the Talmud. Okay, I'm just gonna say that. I don't know. That might get me in trouble. I do not like the Talmud. But
I only like them because they have better business. If anyone wants to support my channel, you tiny hat people, you're more than welcome. Just saying.
I feel like there's nothing I can say that will not get me in trouble, so I will just be silent.
All right, let's move on. We have already wasted all the time.
Where is Beth?
She'll be here. Don't worry.
2.0.
No, we don't need that right now. We're gonna move on, and then I'm gonna bring her up. But I wanna finish the interview before we do that.
This is supposed to be an interview.
I know.
Feel like you're fucking fighting me, Emmett.
I'm not. You are the one that fighting me. It's like no,
you are fighting me.
No, you are fighting me.
Look, okay, I love fighting, so I'm Gucci either way, okay? I fucking love the fighting. But I do kind of want Beth to join just because, like, I just want more of the fighting, you know?
Yeah, I understand.
I feel like Emmett, you're not bringing enough of the fight. You know, you have to fight me. You have to fight me more, Emmett.
Well, you're down in the. You know, if this was like a boxing match, you will be so dead by now. People will be trying to take me away from you. Stop hitting him. He's already dead.
It depends. It depends, brother. You're like Wick Andrew Wilson style, you know, like.
Wick Andrew. Well, are you talking about Wick?
Because they had, Wick and Andrew Wilson. They had like a real boxing match planned and didn't like go through. But I don't want to. That's the problem. I think Wick wants to hit Andrew, and Andrew wants to hit Wick. But Emmett, I look at you. All I feel is love towards you. Okay, I do. I mean, that could change. It depends on what you say to me, brother. But like right now, I don't have any desire to punch you. But Wick has a big desire to punch Andrew, and Andrew has a big desire to punch Wick. So
I have a big desire to punch Wick every time I see his fucking face.
What do you have against Wick? Look, I'm
everything.
conservative. Look. Oh, okay, that could be an interesting topic.
No, we're not gonna
Interesting
move
topic.
towards you trying to interview me about my hatred of
No, I'm
weak.
just
Okay,
curious. I'm just
just take it
curious.
as face value. Fucking retard.
Okay, I
You know,
will.
Wick,
I
fight
will.
me
But
someday
just
in a
DM
video
me,
game.
DM me later, okay, Emmett? Because like this is not for show. I actually want to know because I like Wick a lot.
We
I
can
want
have
to know what you have
another.
against him.
Yeah, we can have another time that you come up
Yeah,
and you
you
can
can.
talk
It
about
doesn't
it.
even have to be on stream. You can like DM me. I don't fucking
No,
care.
I'll
I
do it
just
on
want to
stream. I
know.
don't care.
Yeah.
Let's move on. We're almost done with the debate.
Okay.
Okay, I do think that you did pretty well rhetorically when it came to the debate, and I think you did well rhetorically because you were fucking warm, and you couldn't be pinned. You were like, but this, and you were like, oh my god, but this is suffering, and then it's like, go to the suffering part, but patriarchy, but suffering. It's always like you went through all of them. You were a little odd. Anyway,
I
how do
was
you
kind of
feel?
Muhammad Ali pilled. Okay, I will say
A little
that.
bit,
I
yeah.
was feeling it. You know.
Um, are you when it came to the whole debate and now that we've gone through this little review of it, kind of, how do you feel you did in the actual debate? Like, do you feel you accomplished your goals when you were going into debate?
I feel like it was just like I feel like Beth did a great job. Again, I fucking love Beth. I just feel like the prompt, but again, it's not a Beth fault. I actually, and I know this is gonna like fuck me, but I feel like I disagree with actually Grid on this because Grid kept saying, he was like, Beth, this is your debate to lose. You could have gone to like fucking New York feminism, and in my mind, that's not how debates work. The debate, I take the prompt. That's how I prepped for it. The prompt was as it was. You cannot pivot the fucking prompt into a regional or geographical or temporal zone. The debate, and I think this is why, in my opinion, I'm sorry, Beth, I know you're listening. I think this is why Beth lost the debate because there was there wasn't any restrictions on it. But I know Grid would disagree with me on this. He thought that Beth could imply restrictions. I don't think, when I look at a debate, I read it as verbatim. There was nothing talking about globalism. So there was some caller, maybe you know it, Emmett, but like there was some caller who was like, oh, are you talking about Afghanistan? Are you talking about like Uganda? Are you talking about like, what are you talking about? It doesn't fucking, I can talk about that shit. There was nothing. If the debate was 1970s US patriarchy, I mean, honestly, I wouldn't have taken the debate. Because again, I mean, that's what I said. I feel like all the chatters hated me, but I feel like I feel like me and you, Emmett, I feel like we agree more than we disagree, and me and Beth agree more than we disagree. But I feel like I don't like that Grid kept saying you could pigeonhole the debate into one thing, because I actually think that's fucking debate retarded. You can't do that. The prompt is what it is. If it is just general, I can drag it into temporal regions. I can put it back 4000 BC. I could drag it into Afghanistan. I could do whatever the fuck I want. And someone prove me wrong. I don't like that. So Emmett, go ahead. I'm sorry. I talked a long time. But
Now,
fucking
what do you
tell me I'm
believe
wrong.
that? Well, you can, because what you're doing there is you're pretty much form or taking the prompt and applying it to your argument, right? In reality, you are in the negative in this one. So the person that should be able to do that would actually be the person in the positive. And you can ask questions in regard to that. For example, when you're making the cross examination, which is mostly what you will be doing in the negative, that the question I would come up with is why couldn't they do that? If you're doing it, why couldn't they do that either?
Exactly.
So they
I guess
can.
that's what I think. But But okay, Emmett, this is a thing that might be like counter, fiscal adjacent to you.
Oh, yeah.
But I feel like nobody liked my pivot into Afghanistan, and nobody could provide a counter to that because there was some guy who came on.
Well,
Me and him disagreed, but he was saying, okay, well, it has to be the present tense. But I was like, okay, fine. Let's talk about Sudan. Let's talk about Somalia. Let's talk about Afghanistan. Those are definitely patriarchs. And you, I guess, what would your opinion be, Emmett? Because Afghanistan is definitely a patriarch, and women fucking suffer more than men. So if we are talking about the present, what's the fucking counter? Like, again, I am pro-patriarchy. I just want to be very clear. I am pro-patriarchy. I am anti-feminism. But if you look at, like, Taliban-run Afghanistan, that is a patriarchy that is hurting women. That's just, like, facts. That's, like, boots on the ground facts. And I feel like we're so fucking audience captured that we can't say that. But we know it's true. We all know it's true. And Emmett, if I'm going to be real with you, I think you know it's fucking true too. I think you know Afghanistan harms women more than men. I think you fucking know that.
Yeah, I don't even know what the rumble was about at this point. I got a little bit lost, but I can tell you these. Or I can
No,
kind of
don't get lost.
I can kind of agree with
The
like,
Taliban. If I can focus
oh,
on
I
anything,
remember
the
that. Yeah.
Taliban. No, I don't.
I
feel
would
like
I would have taken it. I would be like, yeah, what's wrong with them? And then you'd be like, oh, they're mean to women. I would be like, yeah, but nobody gave any, like, nobody cared.
Right,
For
but okay.
how
Okay,
how
Emmett.
many Taliban people died in the past 20 years and nobody cared about them? In fact, we
No, no,
still
no.
don't.
No. Emmett, in the past 5 years, do you agree women have suffered more under the Taliban patriarchy than men have? Do you agree with that?
I think they suffer more under the Taliban patriarchy than under the US patriarchy.
No,
But nobody gives a
not under the
shit about the
US.
men that
No, I
died.
don't. I feel like
So
you're
that the
fucking
Taliban could
Emmett.
have a
Emmett, you are
patriarchy
fucking.
and they're more.
Emmett, can you admit your audience captured?
No?
You
What
are.
do you mean?
Because you know what people want you to say. And I know what people want me to say.
What do they want you to? Did you think they like the Taliban?
Yes. Yes. No. Yeah. Actually, yes. You laugh. But Emmett, you know it's fucking true. They would say they hate the Taliban. I agree. They would say they don't like the Taliban.
No, they don't.
The patriarchy under it, they would fucking bolster it to the end of time. They would.
They understand that there is a patriarchy. It was
Then
a
why
US
aren't
patriarchy.
you? Wait, why
and
aren't you, Emmett? If
But if it's
you're
about-
laughing,
because
if
no
you're
one
fucking
cares.
laughing, why wouldn't you say no? Don't say who cares.
Let me put it this way.
Tell me, women suffer more under the Taliban than men. Just fucking say that.
Let me
Just
put it-
even for me.
let me put it
Just
this
fucking
way.
say it.
When the Taliban got in power about 5 years ago, they went on and they executed a bunch of men. A bunch of them. They just took them and executed them. Okay? And who
Sure.
gave one iota about those men getting executed? Nobody. You know who they're still crying about? The women that cannot study anymore. Oh my
Emmett,
god! Oh my god! They cannot
Emmett,
study
fuck,
anymore. No, they
Emmett,
cannot. They cannot
you-
take up a notebook anymore because the little woman cannot take a pick of. Oh, but the man that got there
No,
and
Emmett.
executed, no one gave 1
Emmett.
cent of an
No,
iota
Emmett.
for them. How
Emmett,
many UN
Emmett.
resolutions have we
Emmett.
heard of the men killed by the Taliban? None.
I agree.
No.
But be
Nobody
real
cares.
right now. Okay, I'm sorry. Let me condense this. Let's say from right now, okay, the current moment, you and me, Emmett, look at the camera.
Mhm.
Emmett, that's not the camera.
I am looking at the camera.
Well, how come I don't?
I'm
I don't
looking at
see
you. I'm looking at you. You're.
Well, that's not the camera though.
Oh shit.
There we
Shit.
go.
What do you
now we're
want?
cooking. Okay. No, but be real with me. in the
Uh-huh.
next 5 days,
Yeah.
do you think more women will suffer under
Mm-hmm.
the Taliban in
Mm-hmm.
Afghanistan, or do you think more men will suffer? Like, just be real. Don't be audience captured. Don't think of what Andrew Wilson wants. Just be fucking real.
Yeah. I think that more men will suffer and nobody gives a shit anyway.
Come on, Emmett. Come
All
on.
of the people that are doing all of the infrastructure over there are men. Most of them are doing it under forced labor. No one gives a shit. All of the people that were taken captive and are
You are
captives over
so
there, no
audience
one gives a
captured. It's
shit.
fucking
Okay?
painful,
All of the
man.
women that are there at home and they
Fucking
cannot leave because
Christ.
we have to protect the woman. Oh no, they are the actual victims. So
Oh my
I'm gonna
god,
go ahead.
Emmett.
I'm gonna go
Emmett,
ahead.
you know, why can't two things be true at once? Look, I agree men fucking suffer. I
Yeah,
agree
nobody
with that.
cares. No one gives a
Yeah, and
shit.
I agree. No one cares. I
Yeah.
fucking agree. But I also agree women are getting raped at like in oh sorry, graped. Raped in innumerable portions and are
Mm-hmm.
being essayed and are being just like it's not good. Like
Uh,
I feel like
you're
why
conflating. Why
can't
are you
fucking red
conflating?
pills
Why
no,
are you
I'm not
conflating
conflating
good
nothing.
with suffering? Why are
No,
you?
I'm not.
You
I'm
think I
just
think?
saying.
Okay, first off, I do think there's suffering that can be good because long suffering is one of the virtues that we have. But I don't understand why you're conflating the two things over here.
Emmett, I'm not
Like,
conflating anything. I'm saying
you are
women.
you're thinking that women are suffering less means that the way that they're living is good. It's like this that has nothing to do with it, dude. Nothing. I am gonna go ahead and bring up more people up if you're okay with it now. I think he will be. Um this was actually interesting. It was a cool interview. I'm glad Confluence before we finish. Let me know when you're back. Yeah, I know you probably hit it or something. We'll get there, boys. We'll get there. Okay, I'm gonna take just 1 second then. I'm gonna go pee real quick. And I need to check my phone. I know you're in the back, Beth. Alright, you know what? Hey
Hi,
Beth.
gentlemen.
How you doing?
I know Confluence is fixing his mic. It's all good. First of all, nothing but respect, nothing but love. Okay, I think you're a very intelligent individual.
Beth,
Yeah,
before I leave, because I need to go to
sure.
the bathroom real quick.
Okay.
Eh, you're in charge right now. It's gonna be your show. Gee. Don't make
Jeez.
me regret it.
I won't. I promise.
I'll be right back in
I
a
won't.
second.
I promise. And actually, I'm so that while you're still struggling with your mic, that gives me an opportunity to kind of. I've been taking notes while you guys were chit chatting. I missed the beginning, so my apologies. I kind of slept all afternoon, didn't mean to. So yes, our prompt should have been way better clarified because there is a difference between suffering and us talking about the expectations that are under that. And that was the route that I was going for. I wanted to address who has it harder based on we can't hear you, sweetheart. You're try unmuting yourself. Oh shit. I'm gonna wait till he comes back. Hi everybody. It's so good to see you all. Thank you guys for tuning in to Emmett's interview of Confluence. I want to give him some. Oh shit! What happened? Nope, I'm still in this one. Too much going on here. I really want to give some props to Confluence. Okay, like he did an excellent job of wiggling all over and making sure that I couldn't pin things down. Confluence, if you're in the back, I can't bring you up, so we gotta wait for Emmett to get back. But I hope you can hear me. Um, Praying that you can. Um, in fact, if you're in the back though, type in the back chat here so I know that you're here.
He has to connect his. Apparently, you have to log back in and connect your microphone and your camera up again.
Is he here? Can he at least hear me?
I don't think he can hear you right now because
Ah, shit. Shit. Because I was giving him some props there. And just letting him know that, like, yo, nothing but respect for him. He did do a really good job of making sure I couldn't pin him down where I wanted to. Oh, good. You can hear me. Awesome. So, like, I do think that while he's getting situated, because he can hear me, I'm just going to go ahead and throw a few things out there. The prompt definitely needed to be better defined. My approach to it was that bringing up the roots of what makes it harder. Okay, go ahead. Oh, I don't know who that is. Oh,
yeah, he just needs to re-enter because it's not picking up his camera, his mic, his microphone. So he has
got
to
it.
re-enter.
No, we didn't forget about you. He went to the bathroom and I can't control it. You're good, homie. Take your time. Take your time.
I don't know what this means, but you got it, boy.
He said he'll get it sorted out.
Okay, that makes
He said
sense.
everyone forget about me until I get it sorted out.
Okay.
I definitely I don't want to forget about him. I have freaking things to say. Damn it. Um, I gotta admit, upright. Nope. There. Well, Emmett might be able to see you in the back. Can you see him in the back?
Yeah,
Try,
you can see him in the
try
back
bringing
now.
him up.
There he is.
Well,
Yay!
Well?
We got you.
wait, you can hear me?
We can hear
You're
you.
good to go.
Oh my god, I fucking did it. I fucking did it.
Woot woot.
Okay. Wait, I have to pee though. I'm really bad.
Okay.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
But
No rush.
I'm not gonna test my mic. Okay, so I'm gonna undo myself, but I will be back in like 2 minutes. Okay.
Okay.
No problem. Do what you gotta do. While he's gone, to K2 in the chat. Ew, ew.
Oh God. Oh my God.
Apparently, it's a badge of honor to get them on different channels. So it got
Being
to
a
collect them
bottle?
all, right, K2?
Oh. You think he meant to say P. It says B. Be in a bottle, Emmett. Okay.
So yeah, and a lot of people know, like, I haven't debate. I'm not using this as like a cope or anything like that. I haven't debated in a while, and I should have prepped way better than what I did on that front. I should have been hitting you up, Emmett, and other people to run my logic and to practice and to do that. So I do kick my own ass. Everything Grid said to me, I think it was absolutely justified, and I agree with him completely. There is kind of a higher standard for me because I have been debating, especially on grids, since for almost a year now. I should have done way better than this. But I think that the big problem was there were so many lines getting crossed where Confluence was focused on suffering while I was trying to focus on the objective expectations that come down on men when we start talking about patriarchy.
Yeah.
Even I fucked up, and Grid was totally right to call this out. And the second he said it, I was like, I am such a retard. Men and patriarchy are two totally separate things.
Yeah.
And the fact that I continually used men was to my detriment because that was me conflating two things that should not have been conflated because
Yeah.
and I tried to kind of, even I recognized it during the arguments where I was like, well, you have male feminists and would I call them patriarchy? No, because they're little weak ass whipping boys. Sorry.
Okay, am I back? Am I back?
You're back.
Um
Can
so
you hear
I was
me?
just kind
We
of
can hear you.
hear you.
Okay.
We hear you.
Sorry,
I was
I
kicking my
You're a
own
little
ass.
bit low. Give me
Beth
just a
to,
second.
I didn't want Beth to like fuck me too bad. You know what I mean?
No. I was actually kicking my own ass for my own shortcomings during the debate. So make sure to keep it there. um, the biggest problem with this does come down to the prompt because
Yes.
we were talking about, you were focused on suffering. I was focused on what are the expectations that men have to live up to
Mhm.
under patriarchy,
Right.
where suffering is not necessarily, it's a byproduct that's completely subjective based on, who it is that is under the expectations and whether or not
We're
they're
not
actually
advocating.
living up to those expectations. And this is why men and patriarchy are two very separate matters.
Okay, wait.
Because
So I get Beth, if I can. So this, I know it's like a post debate thing, but like I agree that men in the current era suffer more. I think we came to that conclusion in the last debate. But do you
sure.
agree throughout past that women have suffered more, or do you disagree with that aspect?
So here's the thing is suffering, we can't measure suffering, right? Because that's like saying, how can we measure pain? What hurts me might not hurt you. I mean, I got tattoos all the fuck over me, but yet, somebody else might, one little prick with a needle and oh my God, it's excruciating. They can't handle it. So when it comes to suffering, you have to look at it in that context. And I hate to bring this up, but we can use a metric of looking at like certain civilizations that have sided with different terrorist groups, for instance, and allowed them to lead their communities. Now, is there suffering under that? Absolutely. But here's the thing is there's a reason why those communities chose to be under that oppression. Do you know what I'm saying?
I do, but I don't. I how wait. Okay, so sorry. Before I can continue this,
Well,
Beth, how long were you listening? Did you listen to me and Emmett talk for a while or no?
Some of it I was late coming in because I just woke up not that long ago, and
Okay,
I
okay,
will
because
say this just a second. I disagree with you, Beth. I don't think they chose it. I think just how it is. It is what it is.
if they
Because there's
vote
no
them in,
way they can be under any other system. Because the only other system possible is patriarchal.
and
okay, I
that's
I
the
feel
thing
a weird alliance with Emmett. What is the choice? There's no agency there. You're either
my
a
point is,
again, Emmett doesn't agree it's a sex slave for a lot of stuff we went into for like an hour, which is my autism going into it. I agree with that. But like the women did not choose that. The women didn't choose to be taken and put into servitude, if we want to use a different word.
I'm stating like in we can see in more modern times where certain civs have voted in people who are going to cause them to suffer worse.
No, but that's what that okay,
Okay.
Beth. I like you. I like you a lot. But I guess I want to know, like, do you agree with me that in the past, let's say 3,000 years
Yep.
before I
Did
guess
women
like
suffer worse?
between 200 BC,
I
because to
got
me
you.
that's like so obvious. In the, if we want to have, I feel like we could have such a fertile talk within the past 200 years. But do you think like in the majority of history, do you actually think women have suffered less?
I'm gonna
Well,
yes, and I'm gonna tell you why.
I will
Oh,
put like
great!
another
I'm
caveat
all
real quick.
ears.
This another caveat real quick before we move. The men didn't fucking choose it either. It is what it is. And then okay, another one of not
Those who
caring
have
about
the
No,
men.
power.
but that's a
No one give
biological fact,
no one
though.
gave a shit about if men chose it or
Exactly.
not. You
I
I
saying?
agree,
agree.
Emmett, but
Now,
that's due to biology. That's not due to any type of system. That's just how
biologically,
life has to work.
biologically, we are totally different. I want to put biology aside and specifically look at systems right now. In you said 200 BC. In 300 BC, we have documentation of women literally leading protests and preventing the Senate from doing their jobs, burning um, shit from the markets in protest of and it was all over. They wanted to have more say over their household money because the
Yes.
patriarchs if it was an expensive item, It was the man's decision if it got bought and how it got used. And the women said, fuck that. I want to buy what I want to buy and use it how I want to use it. And in 300 BC, we had women who literally held an uprising.
Yes.
Okay. So if they
Yeah.
were suffering that badly, that the what they were uprising, number one, they couldn't have had an uprising. And number two, the focus of their uprising
I
would
don't
not
like
have
that.
been that. It
I
would
don't like
not have
that,
been
Beth.
that.
You're saying
Okay.
you're saying if someone's suffering so bad they can't have an uprising?
What I'm saying is they would have been prevented from uprising if they were that oppressed. Then, secondarily, now let's say they're not that oppressed, so they can have an uprising. The focus of the uprising would have been over stop hurting our girls, stop doing this, not I want to buy expensive shit and have say over what happens to it. Do you see what I'm saying?
I do. I do. Okay, I'm sorry. This might feel like I'm like pivoting, and I'm honestly. Wait, can you hear me right now?
Yep, you're good.
Okay, I'm not trying to pivot, but I'm honestly. I want to know both Beth and Emmett's thoughts on this. I want to know both your thoughts. Let's say if we like move this like 1500. This is not like this is. I'm not
Oh, I'm
specifically
ready for
choosing
that
this.
too. I'm ready for
Okay,
that.
well, I hope not, because maybe I'll shift this to 1600. Because I'm like speaking arbitrarily, like
What?
around that time, like modernity, but like pre-feminist movement. Like what, in what way were women suffering more? Like, because I
So
think we all agree from feminism onward. I think Emmett and Beth. I think you and me. I think we all agree. I think in a lot of ways, as I think Grid sussed out, I think we agree with a lot of stuff. But like pre-modernity, pre-enlightenment,
okay,
how
hear me out.
in the 1500s, women were suffering more. I feel like, can you not give
Ah,
me that? Can you? I feel like you guys
I
can fucking
cannot, and
give
I'm
me
gonna tell you
that.
why. I'm gonna tell you why. Let's
Okay,
look
fucking
at
hell.
let's look at
How?
let's look at through the medieval times. When we
But this
look,
is way more
wait,
medieval. This is way the
yes,
1400s is way.
yes,
It's
yes, yes.
post
Hang
medieval
on.
times.
Listen, the
Okay,
practices were
I'm sorry.
still in
I'll
place
listen.
where if you want to go and start looking at knights, okay, and knighthood and what was expected under them and the rates that they were killed at, okay, and then compare it to what were the women doing through all of this and what was expected of them. They're expected to stay chaste. They were expected to, pretty much sit there and look pretty and or run their households if they were not in the elite classes, okay? However, when you start looking at what were the men doing through these years, all the way from medieval into the Enlightenment, let's go all the way through Da Vinci and Michelangelo and all of them. You can look at the civilizations
Let's fucking
and
do it.
the men had their literal necks on the line every fucking day. Everything they did was under the threat of losing their heads, literally.
Mm.
Okay. Women, I mean, we can see women having that same problem in the French Revolution, but that was different. Okay. When we're looking at the standard day to day life of these people throughout history, the men were the ones who always had like Emmett was pointing out, the hard labor jobs, the provisionary jobs, the responsibilities, and their literal heads were on the line. They were killed in masses for even just for entertainment. So how what I mean, women couldn't do most of the things that men were doing throughout the time, and these things that men were doing were costing them their lives. So how can we justifiably say that this means we have to say what is more suffering? Losing your life or potentially losing your life or being maimed or being expected to stay chaste and to be pure and to take care of your household and to raise your children and those kinds of expectations. You cannot, at the end of the day, justify how losing a life is not worse than the alternative that the women's position was.
You're muted. In StreamYard.
Just unmute yourself. No, just just unmute in the StreamYard.
Yeah.
Hello?
There you go.
Yeah,
we
we
got
can
you.
hear you now.
Sorry, I think my mic fucked up.
You good?
Okay.
But do you see what I'm saying?
I do. I do hear what you're saying. But like, okay. I don't know. Like human history is so variegated, right? I think we'd all admit that, right?
I
Like,
thought you said it's very gay.
No, not as gay.
No,
Variegated.
I disagree. I think that we repeat the same things over and over and over again, and we can lay out history and see that it repeats itself on a consistent basis.
It doesn't, but what I don't know. I don't know what that fucking guy was who said it's like history doesn't repeat itself, but it
Oh,
like
that's
cycles.
bullshit. Yes, it does.
No,
Yes,
it's like it does. It's like a spiral.
Yeah.
I feel like Beth. I know if you and me talked enough, you'd agree. It's a spiral.
I think
It's a
that we
fucking
are on this.
spiral.
I think we are on very similar paths, like to the point
Yes.
where you and I agree about a lot more than you may think we do.
Yeah, I agree. Which is like paradoxical, but like I agree with that. I think if I knew more about you, I think we would probably agree more. But do you agree? It's like it's a bit paradoxical in a sense, where we think we agree, but there's like some
There's little bit
issues.
what it is that I am coming at it from a very objective stance, and you're coming at it from the subjective side.
I mean that
That
sounds
is the difference.
cozy though. That sounds cozy.
What do you
What
mean?
sounds cozy?
How
Well,
so?
it's like I feel like I guess I mean to be kind of crassed. I feel like I could say, "Oh, I'm coming from an objective stance, and you're coming from a
Feeling is
subjective stance."
subjective, right? We've already agreed
Yes,
that feeling
I
is
agree.
subjective.
No,
Right
I
down
agree.
to right down to measuring suffering, because like I said, I can get a half sleeve, but somebody else might faint at the very sight of a needle. And so therefore those are
Yes,
two metrics of
I
suffering
know.
that are totally vastly different in the
I
same
agree, but it just does. Beth, does it not seem to you a little ham-fisted to be like, well, I have the objective stance and my opponent has the subjective stance, so
Here's the
I am
reason
the
why.
one that is right, and
Here's
he is
no
the
no
one
no no
that is
no
like
no 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 no
not
no listen.
correct.
I agree with if I were looking at this subjectively, I agree that in a lot of cases, in certain situations and circumstances, I agree with you. Women, like, it's just like even in modernity. Do I believe women suffer more? Yes, I do, and I believe they put themselves in that situation because they've been brainwashed to do so. However, objectively, if we look at the objective side where it's like these are the set expectations that apply to every human being, all the laws, the rules, and you see what I'm saying? Those are things that are firm, and it does not matter. It is the same from me to you. You and I can we have the same laws that apply to us. However, the way we feel about it is going to be subjective. You see what I'm saying? So we're
I,
both right. We're just coming at it from different sides of the same coin.
no, okay, I get it, and
It's not that I'm right and you're wrong.
no,
It's
no,
just
no,
a
no, I
matter of
totally get that.
Well, in reality, is that I am right because I am the patriarch of this channel, so I am correct
all
in
hell
everything I said. Anyway,
Confluence. Emmett is a very long time good friend of mine.
I
Love him to
understand
bits.
that.
Let me explain something to you. He
But
is he is a
Beth,
cult leader. He has a rock with my name on it, and it's so big because I told him he only gets one rock, and it's gonna sink me to the bottom of the lake. Since he only gets one, that's gonna be that's his metric of coming out.
if
Okay,
she
it's a joke.
sinks,
It's a joke.
she's not a witch and is gonna go to heaven. But if she goes up, that
I'm
means
not
that
a
she
witch.
is a witch, and then we have to use the other rocks to put her down. That's
that is kind
pretty
of
much how it
based. I
works.
kind of agree with you, Emmett. That is kind of based.
Mhm.
Okay.
This has been a long time running joke. Okay, you'll understand the more you interact with Emmett. This is like a whole bit. Emperor Emmett, who's going to, sink back
Okay.
to the bottom of the
Can,
lake with a rock. It's
getting-
okay.
I'm
Can you
going-
guys hear me?
Yes,
Yeah.
I'm being a pope.
Sorry,
though.
I'm
That-
like paranoid about my mic.
God
like,
Emperor Pope with the
Beth, this is
tricorn.
the-
Yeah, it's gonna be great.
This is the thing we fucking, I guess, disagree on. I feel, unless I misunderstood you, which I maybe could.
Okay.
You said that that women suffer more in the past 30 years. And that's something that I would say men, I would say my stance, to be clear, I think men have suffered more in the past, I don't know, 70 years. I wouldn't commit to that, but like whatever the fucking, I don't know what decade to place it. But I would say everything before that and like prehistory,
Okay.
everything before 70 years ago, I would say men have suffered more. And I would say in now, I would say, well, I don't know. It's both. I think everybody suffers, I guess.
I'm gonna make you absolutely, and I'm gonna make your head explode right now.
Okay, I'm ready. My head's about to
Biologically.
explode.
Biologically, women suffer more when you start looking at the effects of birth control and abortion and a lot of the things that we do to ourselves. However, on a more mental and on a different metric, men do suffer more because they are the ones who I cannot imagine the mental and emotional distress of the things that take place in the family court where men are being prevented from seeing and speaking to their children if they even get a say in having those children, because a lot of men have no say in if their children even come into this world, right? And then on top of it, they have men look at their work hours and let's look at the jobs that they have to do, and it's putting them into early graves, and they know it. The stress alone is putting them into an early grave. Then add the work expectations and everything else to that, right? And then there's the fighting between them too. Okay, men are dangerous creatures biologically, and it's a big problem. So we're looking at two separate kinds of suffering.
Beth, I feel like, can you
In
hear
Confluence,
Why are you putting your head in your hands so much?
me? Can you hear me? Can you guys
yes,
hear
we
me?
can hear you.
Sorry,
Also,
I keep touching my mic, and I shouldn't touch my mic because my mic is like is cucked. But Beth,
Confluence-
I feel like it annoys me because I feel like Beth. I feel like we're on like the same
We are.
page on like everything, but I feel like you're, I don't know, audience captured, or I don't know what the
Okay.
word is.
Confluence.
First of all, hang
Wait,
on.
Wait a second,
Go ahead.
Ben. Confluence, your feelings are appreciated, but they're wrong. The whole
No, they're
point of
not
these.
wrong.
Oh wait, for you. In reality, I don't care. The whole point is that when it comes to this idea of you're just audience capture and stuff like that. If you're gonna say that, you're gonna have to like give us a reason why do you think
Look,
that.
I will, brother Emmett.
Mhm.
You stopped me from giving my reason.
Okay, give me the reason.
I will give you the reason, okay?
Uh-huh.
I feel like women, yes. I feel like me and Beth, I feel like in like a perfect world, I feel like we're on the exact same page. Where I feel like feminism and all this shit has fucking cucked women's minds and men's minds, and I feel like we're on the same page. But I
We
feel
are.
like for some reason you won't agree with me that through the vast span of human history, women have been the N-words of the world, okay? They have been fucking shafted. They have been misaligned. They have been hurt. They have been subjugated in whatever
have been
word you
all
want. They
those-
have been all of them. And I feel like it's weird for me to be a man talking to a woman because I feel like you must know that. And I agree with you. Look, if you talk about abortion and feminism and all that, you and me, I feel like we're on the same page. We're both like pro patriarchy. But why won't you agree with me on the past, like the past? Why won't
So
you?
even when
If
we
it's not audience capture, what is it?
It's
even
okay.
this is not audience capture, okay? And number one, so like number one, don't ever listen to the audience, okay? The chat is going to take whatever side they want, they like, and it's not personal. Never, ever, ever take it personal. I don't even look at the chat when I'm debating because it throws my mind off, right? It really fucks me up. So never, ever do that. The chat always wins, but we don't care, okay?
I
Why-
agree with that.
I care about my
blinders.
chat.
We love you,
We're on
but
the
we're not
same
going to look at
page.
you,
We're on the
okay?
same page. So
I'm
No.
looking at it.
So, well, you're not in the fight, so um,
I won.
so listen,
I won
when
the
it
fight.
when it comes down to the past and the history, okay, I take severe I have issues with the way that history has been presented because we can and like I am a history nerd, okay? Like everybody here already has heard it. Like I had the privilege of spending some time in Israel and going to some amazing sites, okay? And that getting to actually interact and visit, 3,000-year-old Roman fucking palace cities, which was like blew my goddamn mind because there was not a single statue of a man there. It was all women, and they were beautiful. They were stunning. I can't believe they're still intact. Um, and we see the same thing when we start looking at places like Herculaneum, which thank God got a different kind of pyroclastic flow and has been encapsulated and completely preserved. So we are finding new things every day that supports the fact that the history that we have been fed has been manipulated based on who it wants us to, it's that whole standpoint theory thing, right? Now, women have always been a protected class. And even if we want to look at it biblically, there are expectations that were put on men which carried a higher death rate than that of women. Absolutely across the board, right down to if a man's brother died in war, this man now has to take in his brother's wife and children and treat them as though they are his own. And if he fails to provide for them and to protect them and to make sure that they are good, especially the children, when they grow up, that they are on the right path, the man, the patriarch, is the one who is punished. And the punishment in ancient times was absolutely so severe. If they didn't outright kill them, they might as well have
But
because they
okay,
were literally cut off from the herd, sent off into the wilderness, banished with nothing other than good luck. Hope you know how to, find food, build shelter, take care of yourself. Oh, and while you're at it, you're going to have to build a tool to kill animals to eat because we aren't giving you shit because you
sure.
failed. Okay. So, what I am looking at is the objective metric for what was expected of each sex and what the punishments were that came with it. And that is why I say men had it hard, not suffered more, because suffering is subjective, but
But
that they had it harder under
okay,
patriarchy than women across the board.
okay. I don't. Again, we're not Beth. We're not in a debate right now, right? So there's not like
Yeah, no,
it's
no,
not
no. I'm just explaining
exactly
my side because I
right.
want you to understand my position here. I
Yeah.
want you to understand it.
Okay. But then conversely, I want you to understand my position.
I do understand your position. I
I
do.
don't. I don't. I don't know if you do because I mean. Sorry. That sounds not. That sounds like not good to say, but like, I guess like okay, what like if we're talking like biblically, what Bible verse would you point to that points to like women getting the rights in that sense?
I will
Because I
veto
can
this
point.
conversation on the Bible under the premises that I don't want to go into the
We
Bible. That's
Well,
that's it.
that's
we
what
I'm
we're
don't
gonna
about to
need
talk
veto
to.
it
about,
under the
We
Emmett.
premise.
don't need
Yeah.
we don't need to, and I'm going to tell you why.
Okay, so
Women,
biblically it doesn't go in that direction.
I
Biblically,
showed
biblically, it
do we
you.
does.
all
It
admit it goes
does.
in the direction of
It
men
does, and I'm
biblically?
trying to
No, I
explain why.
showed you.
It does not necessarily even have to outline rights of women. Let's just look at what the men were required to do and see that
Okay,
the
so we
women did
so
not
we
have these requirements.
right.
Therefore,
So
they
we
are under the
agree.
protection of the patriarchy of their home and their tribe.
So
You
we
see what
agree
I'm
the
saying?
women are kind of fucked. Do we
I don't
agree?
think so because here's the thing. Guess what? Like even I, as a woman, When I got married, I was absolutely submissive to my husband. I was happy to let him lead. I did as I was told. And you know what? I loved being home, taking care of my kids, and not having to worry about all the shit that he had to take care of. And throughout history, that's what you see. You see women who do, just because we look at it and be like, oh, you poor woman, you had no rights and you couldn't do this and that. They did not give a shit about that because they were protected and provided for. And so were their children. And they did
Okay,
not
okay,
have to worry
Beth.
about the struggles that the men
Beth,
did.
okay, again, I'm a man and you're a woman, but what about? I guess I would. My mind thinks, what about the exceptions? What about the guy who like beats his wife?
Yep, been there. Been
What
there.
about
In
So what?
ancient
What?
times,
So
in ancient times, my father would have killed him the first time he harmed me.
Mhm.
okay, sure, but if we look at like modern times, there is guys that beat their women.
And let's talk about the laws. Who makes the
Com-
laws?
Confluence? I'm
No,
Where's
gonna
the
not
percentage?
laws, not laws.
wait.
I'm just saying men
I'm,
who beat their women.
Confluence. I'm gonna tell you
What
something that you
happens?
might not like to hear. Okay,
I
I
got a
might
good
but
not
one.
like to hear it,
yeah, sometimes they
but
have it coming.
I love to
Okay,
hear it at the same time. Okay,
sometimes
I'm
they
fucking
have it
ready.
fucking coming.
Some of
Okay.
these women
Oh
are way
Jesus
out there.
Christ!
But here's the thing. Listen, so
Wait, Beth, do you agree with that? Do you agree with
there
what
was
Emmett
a
said?
news story. There was a news
No,
story.
no, no, Beth, do you agree with what Emmett said?
I
Do you agree
believe
sometimes they have it coming?
I
Yeah.
believe there are women that are out of control because they were never raised with any expectations, and that is the fault of their parents. And all it does is further poison the male population and force them into feminism because they cannot control their households.
Wait, so you think they're sorry,
No,
I don't want
sometimes
to put
I'm not
words in
Confluence.
saying
their mouth.
Hey, hey.
I do not believe that any person deserves to be beaten. I
But
do not believe
that's
that.
what Emmett says.
Yeah, I said
They,
that sometimes they have it coming, and they
they
do.
might
Exactly.
have it
So
coming, but
I
that
want
doesn't
you to
mean.
debate. I
Listen,
know I'm the guy who's being interviewed, but fuck
hang on,
me.
because
You guys interview.
Emmett's about to agree with me right now. I'm pretty
No,
sure.
he's not. He's
Listen,
not though.
listen to the words. Listen
I'm
to the words.
listening.
Process the words
I'm
exactly as they
processing.
are.
Okay.
Emmett,
Go.
just
Mhm.
because they have it coming doesn't mean that it should literally happen. Correct?
Okay. She. When we're talking about who is gonna do who has the power in the relationship and who is supposed to be the authority, if the authority is not being respected as it should be because there's no control over it,
So,
and the person needs to actually enforce it, I agree that they should enforce it. And under
Beth, you
Christian
know that's
ethic,
hang,
cocked.
now hang
I don't
on,
Confluence,
give a fucking shit how much
hang
internalized
Confluence.
on,
misogyny you have. You
hang
know
on,
that's fucking
hang
Hey,
on,
cocked.
hey,
Confluence.
hey! I'm
Confluence,
not
hang on a
done.
second. I agree that
Hang
it should be
on.
enforced. Do you believe that it should be enforced through a brutal beating? I do not.
No,
I
that's
believe
not
that
how
No.
it works.
No.
he
And under no
They should,
circumstance.
you
he
know.
said
No.
no.
I
It
would
should not
go.
be that.
You know how
I
you
said
you
no.
know
Did Emmett say no?
no.
Yes, he did. Emmett said
Do
no.
you know how you correct kids?
Wait,
Okay, you
Emmett, do you
go
say
and then
Take
that?
away
spank them or
all
you do
Wait,
their
no,
something
no.
shit.
like
Maybe I
that.
missed that. Emmett,
Yeah.
you say there's no circumstance in which a woman should be hit.
No, they should. No, no, that's not what I said. Okay, listen to my words. She
No,
asked
I'm
me.
asking. No, I'm not gotching
I
you.
am going
Is there
to
any
answer the
circumstance
Hang
in which
on,
a
Confluence.
woman
Confluence.
should be hit?
Hang on.
Yes or no?
Any
If I
circumstance
hit
that
a
a woman
man,
should be
he better
hit, yeah,
slap me
there
back.
might be a lot of circumstances that a woman should be hit. Yeah.
If I hit a man, he better defend himself.
If
He
she's
better.
gonna
I
go
feel like
ahead
we're
and
talking
delete a
past each
baby,
other.
if a woman is gonna, let's say that the
If
woman
I'm
is gonna go
harming
and
my
delete a
children,
baby, yeah.
I had a situation recently where my stepdaughter and her husband were drunk and had an argument. During the argument, my stepdaughter put her 3 children, who were all under the age of 5, in the car with the intention of driving off with them. Her husband, after begging and pleading, as she went to get in the car, he grabbed her and pulled her away from the car. And when he let her go, she stumbled and fell on her ass. I took his side in that, as she put him in jail and proceeded to keep him from seeing his children for the next 6 months. And she
That's
took
fair.
all of his. She also took all of his money and made sure that his rank got busted down in the military, and he was put on probation. And now today, he is a yes, ma'am, sir, because he is terrified of being taken
But
away
is
from his
that-
children again.
Beth,
And he
Beth,
should
is that,
have-
is
you know
that
what? You know
Emmett,
what,
Is that
Confluence?
what you're saying? Is
Yes,
that what you're saying?
I think he
'Cause
didn't
I
do
would say
enough.
there's some
I think he should have
hypothetical
actually give her a
situation in which,
slap,
yeah.
put her back
Yeah.
into the house, okay, and then slap her some more and be like, "You're not gonna do this anymore." And I am
If
gonna
I
put on
am
my
trying
authority.
to harm my children, somebody better fucking hurt me so I remember it.
You
Beth,
cannot-
do
you cannot
do you
drive-
think, Beth,
Confluence.
You think that's what
hey,
Emmett is saying?
I'm gonna
This is another perfect thing. There was a news story.
wait. Let
and
me
an
finish
entire
this.
child.
I'm gonna mute both of you. It's my panel. Okay, listen. Okay, do you think it would be better that you just let the woman drive off while drunk with 3 kids on the back? And I need you to answer that question right now.
Well, am I unmuted or not?
You're not.
You're
You're not
unmuted. Go ahead.
muted. Go ahead. Answer the question.
I think they're like if we're talking.
No, answer the
hypothetically-
question. Yes or no.
This was
It's
a
a yes or
literal
no.
situation that literally actually fucking happened. I'm not lying about this.
Yeah, just want the yes or no, Confluence.
Okay, you're both against me, yeah.
No. I'm not against you.
Are you gonna
I think
answer the
you're not
Not in an emotional
question?
way. Okay, say it again. Say it again.
If
Do
your
we-
wife,
I'm not trying to be
Okay,
difficult,
okay.
but
I-
I want to.
Beth-
I want to actually process it.
Beth, let me.
If-
Let me. Yeah. So,
I'll answer it for real.
is it better that the woman drives off with 3 kids on the back while drunk? Yes or no?
or
No,
Or-
just no. He has to answer that question.
I'm sorry. I'm not. Trying
Is
to
it better,
fucking
yes or
Emmett.
no?
How drunk?
she was
Oh
drunk.
shit!
It doesn't
No,
matter.
I'm
It
sorry.
doesn't matter.
It
Not
does
in
matter.
not
It
in a
fucking
fucking
does
condition.
matter.
No, not in a condition
was
to drive.
determined-
If I'm gonna
She-
smack a woman, it doesn't matter how
Oh,
drunk they are. I don't.
No,
That's
She
fucking.
was drunk
No.
enough. She was drunk enough
That's
under the
the
law.
fucking truth.
Under the law, she would have been arrested for DUI. That's
I
the
don't
only
give a
information
fuck
that's
about
important.
the law. Okay, I'm gonna be real about you.
Oh god, what a cop out! What a cop! This
That's
is
not
this
a
is
co-
pure
Look,
code.
I'll be-
Yeah.
No,
Oh,
Emmett. No.
You,
Emmett,
I
Emmett,
saw you. You put it
No.
a woman. Put it a woman had that thing in.
No,
We cannot
Emmett,
talk
no,
to
no,
pick
no,
up a
Emmett,
couple of
Emmett, you were no,
Oh,
Emmett.
yes.
No, no, no.
That's a
You
little
gotta-
woman. Oh, yeah,
Emmett, Emmett,
Boys,
Emmett.
hang on. Let me ask
Yeah.
Confluence a
Let
question.
Beth. Yeah, okay. I'll let Beth because
Is there
I'm
any
really
importance-
angry at Emmett right now.
Is there have been people who have caused accidents that have killed people with a blood alcohol content of 0.012, which is just 3 points over the legal limit. So is there any blood alcohol level over 0.06 that just says it's okay to put children, babies, in the car and drive away with them?
I
Any.
feel like,
Huh?
I feel like neither of you are gonna like this, but I would not hit a woman if she's like 0.07. I wouldn't. If she's like 0.2, then yes, I would physically stop a woman from driving because there is
So
an
here's the
amount
problem.
where I
How do
think
you tell?
it's-
How do you tell without doing a breathalyzer?
It's
There's no
just
time.
it's,
You don't
it's
have
my
a breathalyzer.
intuition, Beth, and I feel like fucking Beth. I feel like you fucking know this, and this is why.
Let me put it. Let
this
me
is
put
what
it
makes me
different.
angry.
Confluence.
I feel like you know this, Beth. I feel
Let me
like you
put. Let me put it
fucking
different.
know
Let's say.
this.
Wait. Let me put it different. Let's say that there's a woman. She a guy takes one belt and starts hitting a kid, 3-year-old, with the belt. Would you
Do
stop
you
it?
physically stop her?
Yes, of course.
Would you hit her to
Okay.
stop her?
I would do whatever I had to stop her.
Ah, okay.
Thank
There we
you.
go. Then
See,
you
we
just
do agree.
conceded.
We do
That is not
agree.
conceding.
Yeah,
Both
that is
of you,
conceding.
if you think that,
Is
you're
Is there
both
is there a
the point
situation?
is
Is there a
retarded.
is
if
there
you
a
think that's the
situation?
same as like
No,
a
no, no,
0.08
no,
no.
alcohol
Confluence.
You just
content.
conceded.
Holy
Confluence. Wait,
fuck!
stop
If
that,
you think
man.
it's a
Oh,
consensual,
you just conceded.
Confluence, stop.
Holy
Boys,
fucking
boys.
Christ!
You just
I'm out.
conceded.
I'm mute.
No.
Mute. Shit,
Emmett,
quiet.
You are
Confluence-
fucking Emmett. You
Confluence.
know that's not true.
Confluence.
You
Emmett, in
just
your heart, you know
conceded
that's not true.
Confluence.
You
Boys,
fuck you,
stop it
Emmett.
for 2
You
seconds,
know that's
please.
not true.
Listen to
Yeah,
me.
it is
Hey,
true.
That's not true.
hello.
Okay,
Hello.
I'll listen to
Listen.
Beth.
Wait,
Listen.
The female will
You
talk
said-
sense into us.
You
Ironically
said
enough,
nothing
Emmett,
wrong.
Because I thought we're patriarchy.
You said nothing wrong, sweetheart.
Don't
When it comes to
Don't say
defending the lives
don't
of
say
children,
that. Don't call me that. Unless you mean
Listen
it
to
for
me.
real, in which you can.
I'm
definitely
being
call
for
me that.
real. Please
Okay.
listen to me.
Okay, if you mean
When
it
it
for
comes
real,
to
then yes.
defending the lives of children, we should not restrain ourselves from doing whatever is necessary to protect those children.
So you're saying to hit a woman that you think is above like 0.09
My
BAC,
stepdaughter,
you
this
think
is
you
the way
should
it
fucking
was.
smack that bitch? You really think that?
what I'm saying,
Beth, come on.
listen to me.
That's fucked.
think
That's
she-
so
no, we
fucked.
should. You know what we should do? We should just allow them to go out with the kids and put them in danger, and maybe go ahead and cause an accident and get them all
No, fuck
deleted.
you, Emmett. I'm not
That's what
saying
we
that
should do.
either.
What
No,
we
I'm
should
not
do is
saying-
just allow them
Emmett,
because
Emmett.
little baby woman. Little
Emmett,
baby.
fuck you. You know I'm not saying that either. You
That's
know
what
I'm
we
not
should do,
saying
little
that.
baby.
It's a nuanced.
Okay.
It's a nuanced
Hang on.
situation.
It is, but let me let me throw out a different scenario. There was a court case and a whole trial where there was a man who had I think he was 19 or 20-year-old son who suddenly showed up at his house looking for a place to hide. He goes out far in the back of their property, and then a bunch of people show up and they are fucking hysterical. They're livid. They're losing their minds. And they say they caught his son touching their like 5-year-old daughter. And this man said, I give you my word, I'm going to take care of it. And he went out back and he shot his son in the head and was put on trial for doing so. Okay.
How old
This-
is his son?
19, 20, somewhere in there. He was a legal adult who did something to a very young child. And it was he was caught. The son admitted it to his dad when his dad went back there and put him on the spot and yoked him up and said, you little bastard, this is what they said. His son came clean. And that father unalived his son and was tried.
The
he was
son
tried for
admitted
murder.
to it.
He admitted to it. And the
And yeah.
father was tried for murder for unaliving his son. And the reason the father said is, number one, I brought that boy into this world. Number two, I am responsible for his upbringing. And number three, the justice system will never give enough justice for what happened to that little girl. And I know it.
Yeah.
They'll let him out, and he might just well do it again, because people who do that usually don't stop doing it. It's a mental illness that does not seem to be able to be fixed that we know of so far.
100%.
Okay. So this is another situation where it demonstrates the standard that men should be holding each other to under patriarchy. That man, in my opinion, did his patriarchal duty and should not have been tried. That is my position on that. And it's been a huge fear.
Wait.
God forbid that either of my children ever become a monster like that. Because the question came, I had to sit down and actually consider what
Beth,
are the limits of my child.
I think I misheard you. The guy who killed the pedophile, he should be killed or shouldn't be killed?
I believe the father was right in what he did to
In
his son.
killing the kid.
Yes.
Okay.
So it comes down to
Well,
where
we
do
agree
we
with
draw
that.
where do we draw the moral lines? Because now we can take that same situation. We agree on that.
Yes.
Now let's switch it up and let's say this is a woman who is harming children, even just in that kind of monstrous way. How do we deal with that?
I feel like none of the examples that have been levied have been women admitting to harming children. I mean,
There was another court case where a Sunday school teacher, a
no,
woman,
okay, wait. Before you say
drugged and
No,
molested a little girl. The little girl, she accidentally overdosed her. She died. She put her in a suitcase and sank her in a swamp.
that's fucking terrible, Beth. But what I'm saying is that like all the stuff that you and me and Emmett have been talking about, none of that have been women admitting to culpability on people, on infants. None of them have been. Like there's a reason
Women,
you are bringing up
women
a
are
different case that we have not talked about, and
women,
probably we'd agree with that. But
women
like,
are more responsible for the unaliving of living infants and toddlers than
yes,
men are.
of course.
And
See,
do you know
Beth, I
what they
think
get?
you're like
Do you
Beth.
know
I
what they
think you
get? They
think
get
I'm like
7 years.
anti-feminist, Beth. I think even
They
after that
get
whole
7
debate, I
years.
think you're anti. I think you think I'm anti-feminist. I'm
I believe you're
fucking
anti.
not.
These women who do these despicable acts get 7 years in prison,
No,
maybe
And,
yeah.
15,
and
maybe
don't
15.
forget, when they in the schools, it's been more women touching the younger boys, and they're getting away with it too.
We in my
Yep,
community,
which
we
is
just had a young female police officer get arrested for having an affair with a 12-year-old boy. A female police officer. She
but
was like
that's.
23, 24.
I feel like we all agree that's fucked up.
Do you know what's going to happen though? Because she's a woman, the sentence is going to
Nothing.
be it's going
Look,
to be
if
nothing.
if we want to talk about criminal justice reform, I feel like all five of us are probably on the same page. I mean, I feel
But
like we
here's the
probably
problem.
agree.
Here's the
There,
problem. It
there
starts
was a
in the household. It starts in the household. If my stepdaughter, I would have backed my son-in-law if he had grabbed her and dragged her ass back into that fucking house and threw and tied her to the bed and locked her in the room. I would have backed him on it because she was risking the lives of those children. If he had smacked her in the face as he was pulling her away from the car, and she
What
was
about
fighting him. She
hey
was
Beth?
fighting him to
Beth,
get in
what
the
about
car.
killing? What if he killed her?
If she was literally that intent that she started fighting him worse than she was, to where she's, because this is the thing, she hit him trying to get in that car as he was pulling her away. She hit him, and the worst thing that happened was she fell on her ass. If he had hit her back and then she fell on her ass and she got up and she attacked him, and he even accidentally or even on purpose, if he defended himself and those children and it cost her her life, I would have backed him. Those were 3 babies who
No,
were innocent.
yeah, no. That's honestly, sorry, Beth. That was just me. I was trying to give you a moral hardball.
It
Because
is a
like
moral hardball
I
because this
do
is a child I
I do
raised.
get what you're saying.
I
I
helped
just I
raise this
wanted to see
girl.
what you would say, but like yeah,
I helped
I
raise,
agree with
honey,
that.
it is
I agree with
hard.
that.
It's hard because I helped raise this girl from the time she was 3 years old. I was her stepmother.
Yeah.
Okay. These are my grandchildren to some degree. Okay. So this is a moral hardball for me because I have to look at her and it's like, wow, how did we have a hand in raising someone who would risk their children's lives like this? Even though she was drunk and not fully in her right thought processes, the fact is she would. And what's really interesting too is she actually came up here to visit, and we had a situation where she was changing the oldest one's diaper, and the kid was overstimulated. It was my son's birthday. She was, you know how kids get when they've had too much sugar, too much running around, and they're overtired and they're just kicking and screaming and freaking out because they need to go to bed. Was
no.
that situation. And the kid was wiggling while she was trying to change her diaper, and she hauled off and slapped her in the face. My ex-husband and I,
Wait.
my husband and I were
Wait,
already
no,
divorced.
no, Beth. No. Wait, how
Wait,
old was the kid?
hang on. My husband and I were already divorced at this time, and
No, Beth.
we both
No, Beth.
jumped on her.
How
He took
old?
his daughter out, and I picked up the baby.
Beth, how old?
Uh, my granddaughter was maybe about 3 at the time. And my stepdaughter would have been, right now, she's 25. She would have been 23, 24.
You, I'm not trying. I'm
We
not
dumped
fed.
on her.
I'm not fed
We
posting.
dumped on her.
Truly.
We put
But
our
you-
hands on her.
You slapped a 3-year-old or
Not me,
someone?
my stepdaughter. Slapped the kid in the face.
That's not
Woman
okay.
Did not leave a mark. I grabbed. I said,
No, that's not okay.
no,
Beth.
it's not, and that's why
Oh
my
wait, so you're on my
ex-husband.
side.
I am on your side. My ex-husband grabbed her and yanked her ass back, and I picked that baby up and said, "Get her the fuck out of here."
Okay, so
And I kept
thank
the
Christ,
kid-
I misheard.
I
I misheard
kept-
that. I thought you were saying
I
that was like
kept
a
the
positive
grandbabies.
example.
No,
of
but I
kept
think-
the
wait.
grandbabies while my ex-husband dragged my stepdaughter out of the house and drove off with her, and I don't know what happened after that.
Wait.
Right.
But we should no Confluence, because we shouldn't have touched her. We shouldn't have
No,
touched the
Emmett-
stepdaughter
wait,
because
Emmett-
it's a woman,
Emmett, don't-
and she has
Emmett,
the
don't do this to me.
feelings, and we have to be
Emmett,
like,
don't
"Baby,
do
go
this
with
to
the baby."
me.
And it is a little tiny baby that is not doing
I'm
nothing
telling
wrong.
you right now. I'm telling you right
Emmett,
now.
do you think it's fine to hit a 3-year-old?
No.
Yes or
and
no?
No.
That
no,
wasn't
and
Beth.
is
That was
why-
Beth's stepdaughter that
It's
did
step-
that.
No, I-
daughter.
Beth is on my
The-
side.
Okay,
Yes,
Confluence.
Beth is already
Wait.
But
Hang on.
Emmett
No.
stepped in.
I'm out.
No,
My
you're both time
stepdaughter-
out. Everybody time out. Confluence.
Sure. Yeah.
The baby was hit by the woman. The woman was 23-year-old, and we shouldn't have stopped that. We shouldn't have stopped the woman because you can't touch a woman. In fact, you should
wait.
you should allow them, woman, to be
Hang on,
hitting
Emmett.
babies, right?
Emmett, am I muted
Let
right
me-
now?
No, you're
he's
not
on her
muted.
side.
Sometimes
Because
Hang
my
on, guys.
stance has
Just-
never been that you can't
Guys.
like stop a woman. That has
Time
never.
out.
I've
No,
never
that's
said that.
that's what you
Listen to me.
said. What I
Hang
said.
on.
I've
I wanna
never
add a
said that.
caveat
You
to
can
Oh,
play back the
God.
tapes.
I wanna add a
I've never
caveat,
fucking
please.
You
said that.
you.
Can I say something, Emmett? Emmett, let me say something to Confluence here.
Shit.
So this was my stepdaughter, and she hit her 3-year-old in the face. My ex-husband and I would not have stopped if she had thought in any way. And believe me, I mean, she struggled as Dad was pulling her the fuck out of my house. Okay, I condone whatever he physically did to her for what she did to her own child. And we would have taken any steps necessary to protect that baby. Period. No way,
That-
shape, or form.
That is based.
Do
And
not
Emmett,
care.
I want you to fucking deal with that because you said I couldn't. I was against putting a hand on a woman, but with what Beth said, fucking based. Okay, fucking red pilled. So
We
fucking
would've fucked
contend
her
with
up.
that.
Sometimes you just gotta beat a woman with a sack of oranges because they won't leave bruises. What?
We would have fucked her up. Phone books work better, sweetheart. We would have fucked her up.
Yeah, if you're
we
hitting a
laid one more.
3-year-old,
We
Yeah.
Yeah,
stopped
but that
her.
leaves
Whatever you gotta
bruises.
do to
We
Phone
stop
books
stopped
leave
her.
Yeah, but
bruises.
We
Confluence-
stopped her because if she had laid one more finger on that child, I guarantee you, we would have needed an ambulance for my stepdaughter.
exactly. Then Beth, I am like 100% on your side. Okay.
And this
I'm
is where I
100%
say,
I'm 150%
this is where I say-
on your side.
this is where I say, sometimes they have it coming.
Sure. If that's what you're saying, I 100% agree with you.
Confluence.
See?
This
I
is the.
knew we would
wait,
agree.
wait.
I knew we would agree, honey.
But this is the
Yeah.
point. The
Yeah.
point is the person that are usually with the woman are men. It's the husband. And you know who's
And
the
guess
ones
what
that would
happens
try
to
to
him?
stop them? Oh, well, these guys are the ones who are going to try to stop them. And they are the ones who
Listen.
had the authority to actually stop
Yeah,
them in the
but Emmett,
past.
This gets
So,
better.
Sometimes men are fucking weak.
yeah, and
okay?
sometimes women
Sometimes
are.
men do not-
Yeah.
Gentlemen.
Yeah, women
And
can
sometimes
be weak
women
too.
are
Sometimes
fucking
you
weak
just gotta
too,
slap a
okay?
hoe.
Well, yeah, maybe even more.
Gentlemen.
Gonna
often.
have to slap
But
a hoe.
Gentlemen.
sometimes the men are weak.
Gentlemen, it was after she slapped her oldest in the face that this situation happened where she tried to drive off with my grandkids while she was drunk. She had a whole nother kid in the meantime, okay? Now, here's what happened. Because he grabbed her and he yanked her away from that car and she stumbled and fell on her own drunken ass, he was taken to jail. He was a Marine. He is a Marine. They busted his rank down to nothing and put him on probation within the military, which is different than civilian probation. That cut his pay significantly. He had just re-enlisted and gotten a $45,000 sign-on bonus. She was given full control of the bank accounts and he was forced to go live in the barracks. She took his money This is what she did, guys. As soon as the order of protection was in place, she dropped the kids off at another family member's house, and she flew out to California to see a woman she had been talking to. And then she flew to Florida to see a couple she had been talking to. And then she came home to New York to fuck around some more. And while under probation, I watched as they stood in my kitchen and she had her phone out and she was talking to one of the women she was having an affair with. And my son-in-law was here. And she was calling the kids over saying, say hi. And we're like, are you out of your mind? Isn't that this person? And she goes, yep. She looked right at her husband and said, yep. And I'm like, what are you? And he was about to fucking break. But he had the law restricting him from even stopping her.
Because
from
guys
doing
like
any of this.
because
He
guys
couldn't
like
do
you,
anything.
Confluence.
He was literally handcuffed. If he so much as raised his voice at
Guys
her,
like me.
Yeah, because guys like you,
Guys like
Confluence,
me?
think that you cannot touch the baby hair of a fucking woman. Okay, that's why.
what happened
That's
to him is
why.
horrific.
Sometimes a bitch just needs to get slapped.
What happened to him was horrific. She blew all of his money. He was not allowed to
There's
see
like
his children
4
for 6
separate
months.
Conversations.
And like
No,
I
we're
said,
not.
the
No, there
probation
is, Emmett.
continued. The probation continued.
And
She
if
allowed
you're
him back
talking-
in the
if
home.
you're connecting
Listen.
me to Beth.
No, no,
You're
no.
fucking
Listen.
retarded.
No, listen.
You know that.
Confluence, you're not understanding
what
how the
happened. This
actual
is the
conversation
reality.
goes.
This
Maybe
is
the-
why men
Man,
have it
this
harder.
dude
This
There's
is
a
why men have it
a lot
principle.
of
harder,
stuff
guys.
up.
This is
There's
why
a-
men have it harder. Even though she let him back in the house and around the kids again, he was still under probation. If he so much as raised his voice to her, all she had to do was make a phone call, and he would be put back in jail and thrown out of the military. And then he really wouldn't be allowed to see his kids again. So he, under the threat of losing any control or say or ability to see his children, stands there today while she talks about how she wants to fuck his hot boss. She thinks his first sergeant's hot. And he has to stand there and keep his mouth shut and take it like a good little boy.
Beth, do you think this is a good? Do you think it's a good
It's
man?
just-
You've
he
been
is-
describing.
Listen to me. I love this man with all my heart. He is broken. He is broken and he is handcuffed every fucking
He's
day.
a good guy.
He is the best young man I have met out of any of the young men that have been associated with either of our daughters. I adore him.
Emmett. I'm pulling you. I'm sorry. I'm not the interviewer. Emmett.
He's
does that
literally
sound like a
broken,
good guy
and
to you?
he's
What?
broken, and because he's still
Does
under
that sound
probation,
like a good guy to you?
Yes.
because he's still under probation with the military, he can't do anything about it. He can't do anything. He's
Yeah.
been indicated for domestic violence. Even if they divorce, the court will automatically give my stepdaughter sole custody.
But Beth,
To-
didn't
to
you
be
say
fair,
he
Emmett's
did
trying to make a
domestic
threshold.
violence?
I'm sorry, what? Confluence?
Didn't you say he did do domestic violence?
He
Oh
grabbed
my
my
God.
stepdaughter.
What
with
a-
Oh,
rough-
are we not
fucking-
listening?
Fuck you,
Oh my
K2.
god.
Fuck you,
Fuck
K2.
you, dude.
Fuck you. No.
Fuck you.
This was,
Okay.
I believe.
You don't
want
wanna
to
get in the shot.
Okay.
I will. I fucking will.
See?
Emmett.
I-
No, dude.
Put me against
K2,
K2.
hang
I'll
on.
fucking.
Hang on.
One
Confluence.
second.
Confluence.
Beth, 1 second. I'm gonna give Corey, Big Soda, who hasn't said anything,
Hi, Corey.
just
Hey,
1
guys.
second to say hello at least. So, hello, Corey.
Hey guys,
Hi,
Hey,
Corey.
how are y'all doing tonight?
It's
Oh,
so
I'm
good
doing
to talk
great.
to
How
you.
about you, Corey?
I know. I've been hiding in the back like Batman.
I see.
No.
But we see
Corey
you
is-
now.
Well, can I make
Confluence,
can I
Big
make
Soda
one
up
point?
here. Corey is a phenomenal debater.
I'm okay. I'm
I
okay.
love debating
Corey,
with
you
him.
can make so many points. You can
I
make
just want to
many
make one
points
point
as
of Emmett trying to set a threshold. So when he said sometimes you have to confront in these situations where violence will be necessary against your spouse, and that's all the point that Emmett was trying to make.
Yeah. And that's what I'm saying.
Wait,
In this
Yeah,
Okay,
and
before-
Beth gave
Corey,
examples.
before you say your thing, I do agree there is a hypothetical situation which you need violence. I think
No, there's a
Beth
real
described that
situation.
accurately.
There are
I
real
gave you
situations.
a real life. This
Yeah,
was a
what
real
Beth
life
said,
situation.
I fucking agree to that.
You
So, but
should
here's
fucking
the
use
thing.
violence to stop that. I just want to
And-
be clear before any debate starts. I think
be-
what Beth said was
Yeah.
fucking 100%.
Confluence.
Here's
stop
the
that
What
thing.
you
violence.
said,
Was
no.
he restrained was
Yeah,
because of his wife.
okay, hey, stop. What you said was, no man should ever hit a woman. And what I said is sometimes they have it
never
coming.
fucking-
Sometimes
Emmett,
they have
I-
it coming. And you know what? In that case, they had it
Emmett.
fucking coming. And you know
Emmett,
what?
you
She has it
fu-
coming
Emmett.
right now. And she should be
Emmett.
fucking beaten,
Emmett,
okay?
I
In
don't
that
know if
case.
you're being retarded right
Emmett,
now.
we
No.
convinced
Or if
him. Okay,
I
we gave him a.
fucking never said that.
Yeah,
We
you
gave
did.
him. We gave him an instance where he agrees with us. So let's move forward from there. Now,
Exactly.
here's the thing: is
I was given a real
yes.
response where Beth said
Confluence.
violence happened, and I was like, yeah, absolutely. The woman should fucking
Yeah.
beat the shit
Now,
out of
And you
guess
know-
what?
I fucking
Confluence.
agree.
No, the
I would
guy.
never say there's
The
no
guy.
instance.
It's the other way
Because-
around,
Woman,
Confluence.
The woman
Because-
beating
yeah.
the man. There's 100. I could think of
Oh,
a million hypotheticals about that shit.
But
shit.
absolutely,
Don't
I
turn
agree.
your head to me,
Confluence.
Ahmed.
Confluence.
There's a million circumstances where that could happen. I agree to
Confluence.
that.
I agree that that happens, but we're talking about a specific situation here. And you asked, but didn't he get it? Didn't he do domestic violence? He grabbed his drunk wife and physically stopped her from driving away with 3 babies in the car, and she fell on her ass. And they said that is domestic violence, and because of that, they can prevent him from seeing his children.
Okay,
Is
but
that right or wrong?
no, Beth, but you wouldn't. I feel like you get what I'm saying. It depends on like the circumstance, right? Like if we're talking about your I don't know if enough about
Everybody
your
knows my
circumstance.
circumstance that
Well,
I married an
look,
abuser.
Beth,
No.
you know I don't know that. I met you like a week ago. I
Yeah,
don't
it's
know
good.
that.
Yeah, no,
Right,
I'm
so-
very open and honest about it because I think people need to understand. And women, I speak more to women than I do men because women are, number one, I mean, their threshold for what is it's offensive to real victims. They don't take things seriously when they need to. And quite frankly, my biggest problem is the ones who are crying wolf and fucking it up for true victims. It's ridiculous.
I agree with you. I think Beth, you know I agree with you.
I do.
I just think there is certain circumstances where I want to know all the details.
Absolutely.
And so, I don't know who was talking. Was it K2 or Wife Whisperer? But like, I would be down to hear that, and I'll give my opinion. But I don't want anyone to think I'm not. My opinion is not that women cannot use physical violence. There are times where women can absolutely use
Yeah.
physical violence.
Confluence.
Against men. That is my stance.
Confluence. I don't know if you're being pedantic. Okay, I don't know
not
if you're
being
being fucking
pedantic.
pedantic or you're
I'm
just
not.
being retarded. Okay, I don't
No,
know.
I
I'm not-
agree
I'm not-
that
I'm
there
not
are
being-
fucking
I'm not
don't
being
know.
Either.
Listen,
Dude, who
we
used?
agree that
Wait,
there
no,
are bad men
Beth,
who
I'm gonna
bad
mute you if you
people.
don't let me fucking speak. Who used violence in this situation? Confluence. Who?
In which situation?
In the situation that she described, when someone was gonna drive off with the kids, who used the violence?
Women.
You see,
Husband used
he's a
violence.
yeah. I fuck. I.
So I
Ugh.
look, I might. No. Emmett. I'm gonna be real with you. Maybe I'm just misremembering. I thought the situation was the kids were gonna drive off and the women used violence to stop the DUI situation happening.
Other
No,
way around.
reverse that.
My
Reverse
daughter,
that.
my stepdaughter was going to drive away drunk with the babies. Her husband grabbed her and yanked her away from the car, and she fell on her drunken ass.
Okay. Thank God. I'm
He
glad I
used
clarified
violence.
that. Then yes, the male used
They
violence,
do.
and that
You.
that was right. So I'm sorry. I misremembered.
However-
I had it backwards.
However, that's because then we also gave the story where my stepdaughter, we witnessed her using violence against her own child, and we physically restrained her.
Right.
I agree, women will do that. I agree, women need to be held accountable for that. Men do need to be protected because there are women out there who hurt men. And I agree, there are bad men who do bad things to women too. I agree with that.
Okay.
There are bad people in the world. That's just a fact. But the thing is, we cannot withhold violence just based on someone's sex.
No,
Sometimes violence is justifiable.
I feel like we agree.
I do too.
And I feel like Emmett, do you think we disagree? Because I think we agree. I might misremember things, but I feel like we're all on the same page.
No.
Or do you
I
disagree?
would agree.
No, we aren't.
No, okay, tell me, Emmett, if you think we're not on the same page, fucking tell me.
I'm telling you, I don't think you understand the situation and where the conversation
Okay.
is going.
Then
And you're like,
fucking
you're
tell
doing
me.
you're doing me a vibe. You're doing me a vibe, okay? Vibe does this thing to me all the fucking time. We start a
Wait, who?
conversation. I laid out. Vibe is a guy. I laid out the foundations of the argument. He's like, oh, I agree with that argument, and I'm like, I know. And then he's like, so we agree, and I'm like, no. My argument goes against your argument. So if you agree with my argument, you're disagreeing with your argument. And Bobby's like, I don't understand.
I swear to fucking Christ.
I-
I'm being
Let me
real
put
with
it this
you.
way,
I
Confluence.
swear to you.
Let me put it this
Whenever,
way.
like, ask me something. I'll be real with
Yeah.
you. I swear to fucking
Okay,
Christ, I'll
do
be
you
real.
think the husband should sometimes smack that bitch when she's misbehaving? Yes or no?
I mean, that's a fucking question, but I
It
guess
does depend on the
yes.
circumstance, but yeah, there's
Yeah,
times they're violent.
I could imagine a
Yeah.
circumstance, but both
There
ways.
we
I could
go.
Imagine a circumstance
Yeah.
where the woman would have to, as Beth said. there's
So
a
when
time
she's
where a woman would have to hit a
misbehaving,
man.
the husband should have the right because he's the enforcer
But
in
you
the
see-
house to smack the
Emmett-
bitch. I agree.
Emmett, do you see how myopic that is?
No, I don't.
No, you do, because Beth mentioned a situation where I think we all agreed that the woman would hit the man and it would be justifiable. So
Sure.
yes, in the same sense, a
No.
man would hit the woman.
She
in a
never
justifiable way.
she never give you any story in which the
I can.
woman justifiably would hit the
Am I
man.
retarded?
Yes.
I
Maybe.
can.
At
No,
this
Emmett,
point, I'm
Emmett,
willing to
hang on.
take that.
You guys are having a miscommunication. What he's saying is, are there circumstances where it's justifiable for a woman to hit a man? And yes, there are. And I have been in that situation where I have stood toe to toe with my
Oh,
husband
God.
with a weapon
Beth-
in hand. But
But nobody made that
I was
argument.
protecting
Nobody-
my children.
Let me put it this way, Beth. Let me put it this way.
But
If
do you not think that's true,
Go-
Emmett?
go-
You
shut up.
can't-
Shut up,
that's a
Confluence.
fucking-
Shut
no,
up,
that's
Confluence.
The poverty of your imagination.
no.
You
There are
can't
bad
imagine.
people who do
Don't
bad
fucking
things,
mute me,
and it
Emmett.
doesn't
Shut
matter
up,
what they have.
Confluence. Shut up for a
You
second.
can't imagine a circumstance.
She asked me a question. Can I answer the
Hang on.
question?
No,
All
I'll
right.
be quiet.
Awesome.
Be quiet.
Amazing. Okay. When in this whole conversation have I said that the use of violence is not justified? I can imagine hundreds and hundreds of situations where a woman would be justified in hitting a man. And I have no problem saying that. Okay? The problem is who and why. And the reality is that we have this stupid idea that we shouldn't hit women ever because they're pretty babies that do nothing wrong ever. And that is absolute
Feminism.
fucking lies. That's a lie, and that's not true at all.
Emmett, I agree, but I feel
Oh,
like
then I'm
I feel like
husband.
we're on the
in
same
fact,
page.
I would say this: the husband should have the right to smack the bitch if she's misbehaving. That's
yes,
what
and
I
the
would say.
woman
I
should
would
have
I
the
would
right
say
to
I would
smack the man
no, no, no.
if he's misbehaving.
I would say this
in the
way.
in the same regard.
I would say this way in the situation that Beth described, they should, if the wife decides to go to the judge should be like, you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna allow him to give you 2 more smacks because you're a complete bitch in this situation, and that's gonna be the end of it. That's
She
what
fucking deserves it for
Uh-huh.
even thinking of doing that to those
that
children.
is what should have happened in my
She needed her
honest
ass-
Emmett,
opinion.
I agree, but it's your poverty of imagination if you can't imagine it going the other way. If you can't imagine a guy who's so fucked up that the judge wouldn't say,
Yeah.
okay, that
I
guy could
understand
smack
the what
woman
about
2
the main
times.
argument. I understand the what about the main argument, okay? I understand it.
Wait,
But-
so then I feel like we agree.
No.
Well, what
We
do
do
we
agree.
No.
What do we
You guys-
disagree
you guys-
on, Emmett?
As a
I
woman
fucking
listening,
I don't
sounds
think
like
we do.
You are in agreement on a lot of aspects of this. Okay.
I feel like Emmett feels we don't
Uh-huh.
agree.
I am
I
pretty
think we
sure.
do.
I remember
Emmett,
the arguments.
Gentlemen,
So
I am
tell
going
me,
to...
Emmett,
You all gotta
fucking tell me
excuse
what
me.
we disagree on.
When we
I'm
started
gonna
the
bow out.
argument.
I need to get some food.
Okay,
Much
Beth.
love.
My bad.
Confluence, I'd love to have a round 2 with you.
I would
Okay.
love around 20.
Fuck
Beth,
yeah.
I love you.
Fuck
We got
yeah.
as many rounds. It's all
I'm
good. It's all
very-
Gucci.
Pleased to
I love
meet you
talking to
and
you.
like hit me up anytime. I'm
Yeah.
always open to chit chatting and yeah.
Have
And
a good one,
definitely
Beth.
make sure to connect.
Yeah,
Thank you for coming
bye,
on.
Beth.
I love you guys. You're all wonderful. W patriarchy.
Have a good night.
Patriarchy. We all agree on that.
Hey, Confluence.
Okay, Emmett.
What is
Emmett,
my
fuck
argument?
you.
What's my argument?
Look, I feel like
What is my argument?
Don't say feel.
Just tell me my argument.
don't Big Soda. Don't do the Andrew Wilson shit. Feel versus.
Well,
feel,
it's
okay?
just tell him the exact argument. Don't say how you feel about his
I
argument.
know, but that's a semantic game. Okay?
Not
If
necessarily.
No, it is though. If I say I think versus I feel, in my mind, that's the same fucking thing. I think that's
No.
an Andrew Wilson fucking tactic.
No,
where
it's not.
If I call the moon the sun-
mind. For
It-
me, that's not the case. I'm a guy. If I say I feel or I think, to me, those are fucking synonymous.
No.
So take that. You can
If
put it right up your
if I say
fucking
the moon
asshole,
and the
okay?
sun are the same thing because I feel that way, it doesn't make them the same thing.
Yeah, I know. Look, I get if you want to be like fucking Asperger-y and you
Well,
want to like.
He's
But it's
asking
not-
for a direct answer. It's kind of like he wants to
I know,
know.
but
okay.
Big Soda, you get how like I think and I feel. You get how those semantically could be the same. Yes.
No.
No.
You don't understand that. You literally can't.
Wait.
understand.
Semantically, they're
Holy
so
shit.
different. Semantically,
No.
they're so different that
No,
in
but
one you
in-
can
but
be
like in
wrong and
my-
in the other you cannot.
No, fucking Emmett. No, fuck you, Emmett.
Can you be
In
wrong
my
about your
mind.
feelings?
No, Emmett.
Can you be wrong about what you think?
Well, you can be wrong about what you think. You wrong about you feel about what you feel.
No, you cannot be
Emmett,
wrong
you
about what you
know.
feel.
Yes, you fucking can.
No.
You could say a false thing about what you feel.
No.
Emmett, you're fucking cucked as shit if you think that. You were cucked as
No.
absolute shit.
I
if
don't
you think
accept
that.
feeling arguments because I know they can't be wrong. That's the whole reason why I don't accept
No,
them.
that-
That's why.
So are you saying? No,
That's
Emmett,
when Ryan
no,
comes to me
everybody-
and says,
everybody,
I feel.
no,
I
Emmett,
tell Ryan
Emmett,
to shut the fuck up
no,
and I don't care about his
Emmett,
feelings.
Emmett, are you saying you cannot lie about your feelings?
Uh-huh.
No, well, yes or no. Can you lie about your feelings?
Yes.
Yes.
Exactly.
But that would
That's
be
what we're saying.
that would be a
Lie
lie
about
about
it.
what you feel. If you
So
you
then
know,
if I say
if I
think
feel
or
this
I
way
feel,
and I say I
could
feel a
lie about
different
my
way-
feelings, then the fuck does it matter if I say I think or I feel? If I could be lying about my feelings, then in what fucking universe does it matter what I fucking say? 'Cause I could be lying about my feelings. You don't know. You don't know me from fucking Adam or a fucking hole in the ground.
The question he asked doesn't involve think or feel. It just what it is.
No, I agree.
Okay.
I just don't like when people say like, "Oh, you said I feel," and that's like, "Oh, you feel," and like that's.
Well,
that's
you shouldn't have
that's
said I
fucking
think either.
retarded.
You
That's-
should have
that's
said I think.
semantic. No,
You should have just
that's-
said what the prompt is, or
That's
said
fucking-
the.
But you agree, Big Soda. You agree that is semantics because you agreed I could lie about what my feelings are. Yes.
I mean, you could say it's semantics, but it's important because it's a direct question, not necessarily I think or
Big
I feel.
Soda, you don't know if I'm like a good faith actor or a bad faith actor, so I could be lying about either.
Well, we know you're a Fed, Confluence. We all know that. You've been
Exactly,
caught.
I could be the FBI.
Okay, you've always been caught.
Exactly.
Okay, that's what
So
we
you don't
do know.
So you don't know. You don't know. Feel versus think. My point is it's the same fucking thing, and I hate when people try to differentiate those as if it's like some point in their favor. It's fucking not. It's just not. Okay.
Emmett, do you remember the question?
Yes.
Could you ask him again?
Could you please tell me what is my position? What was my argument?
Look, I'm gonna Big Soda this shit. Can we go back one level? What are we? I don't know. I don't think it's been
What's
so
that?
removed from the. I honestly don't know what we're talking about.
Oh man.
Good stepping stone to a new argument.
Oh,
Look, I'm just being
shit.
real, okay? I don't know.
Sometimes
No.
I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna say feel. I feel like I'm surrounded by people that want to argue with me and can't remember their own arguments sometimes.
Wait,
And that's very annoying.
Emmet, fuck you. Do you remember your own argument?
Yes.
Go fucking you.
I was gonna say I remember it too.
Well then, don't play these fucking games, both of you. Just tell me what the fucking argument is. I'll give you it, okay? Like
Sometimes you have to slap a hoe.
Yeah, Emmett made the point that
I
sometimes
said
you
that
have to
so
slap.
many times.
You,
Sometimes
yes, but you
have to
disagreed in the
smack a hoe.
beginning.
No, I
You
fucking did.
yes you. I can
No,
clip it and I can put it in Emmett's Discord. You did.
No, I said both.
You said
I mean,
sometimes a woman has to slap a man. A hoe has to slap a man.
yes,
You gave
exactly.
Emmett
Okay,
a rash
K2,
reaction because he said
K2?
sometimes you have to smack him,
Sometimes.
and you were all
okay.
shocked.
No, Big Soda. You
my God.
gotta, no, look, you know what? Everybody shut the fuck up, okay? Except for me, okay? Sometimes you have to slap a hoe. Sometimes a hoe has to slap you. Does that make sense?
No.
Is that like good enough for your fucking, brains? Does that make sense? Sometimes you have to smack each other.
No.
So what you're
disagrees with that?
what you're saying is you're conceding Emmett's original point that you sometimes have to smack a hoe.
No, it would be. In fact,
No,
it wouldn't be
that's
that
the
way.
fucking. Who
In
said
reality,
that?
what should
Who fucking
happen-
said that? Was
in
that
reality-
UK2?
In reality, what
That was
should
me,
happen
Big Soda.
is.
Big Soda? Okay, I want you to hear this clearly. You are fucking retarded. Okay, no, I'm sorry. I do like UK2. But what you said is retarded, okay? So I want to coach that.
If you mess with Big Soda, you gotta mess with me.
Yeah, I don't. Well, look, I like Big Soda. I like this position.
No,
so
you're
don't wanna
fine.
fuck-
I like you too.
Okay,
You've been genuine. I just
Yeah,
think you got
exactly.
confused in your position.
Okay, but Big Soda, listen to me. I think a hoe has to slap a guy sometimes, and I think a guy has to slap a hoe sometimes.
Never
So
never
that's
disagreed with
That's
that.
what I want to die on. I will
No,
die on that hill.
Don't disagree. No one's disagreed with that. We believe that 100%.
I disagree
Culturally,
with that.
we accept
Okay.
one way. Or do you?
Yeah, because I think the woman should go to the authority because she shouldn't be fighting against someone that's obviously gonna fuck her up.
What
So
about the Beth?
the point would
okay,
be.
Emmett,
What about Beth? What
Emmett,
about
can I
Beth
argue with you
pilled?
then?
What about Beth pilled, Emmett?
What about what?
Beth pilled. Well, she's talking about a guy who's about to like a drunk drive, and a guy slaps into sense. You can't fucking tell Emmett. I don't.
No
Don't
girl
do
should be
it.
slapping a guy.
No. Fuck you.
Okay, hear me out.
Physical violence, no. No, physical violence is the realm of men. Women do words.
No,
If a woman,
that's the most retarded shit I've
Is it?
ever heard.
Is it?
Hey,
is.
can I push back on that a little bit?
Sure.
And give you just one example and tell me what you think.
Fucking
Sure.
Dingus is
If
triggering
a
the
woman's
fuck out
in
of me.
immediate danger of life, as in she's
Yes,
being
fair.
threatened. Okay,
Fair.
that's the only.
That's
That's the only argument.
But Dingus.
that's avoiding the
No.
loss of your life. That's not hitting a man because a man needs hit.
No,
That's true.
Dingus,
I agree.
Dingus, with your fucking tall hat, okay? Look, I like the aesthetic, okay? I'll agree. The aesthetic's kind of cool, okay? But what Beth said is we're talking about a guy drunk driving, somebody hits that person, that is a risk of life.
Confluence.
If you're
No,
fucking
Confluence.
DUIing,
Confluence.
you could fucking kill
Dude,
somebody.
calm down.
Listen, bro,
So she should get out of the wrecked car and punch a guy?
No, she should fucking hit the guy. Dinkus.
Okay.
She should smack him.
Confluence.
Oh.
I think you
face.
misinterpreted the whole
I
story.
hope
Beth
if
told.
I was the guy and I was in a relationship, I hope the fucking girl would fucking smack me and smack.
You
me
just
in the
want
face.
smacked. You just want girls smacking you. That's the
okay.
fair truth.
Look, I mean,
Look,
that's-
you just
that's
want a little
probably
bit.
true.
You just want a little
He likes
BDSM
men
in your
now.
life.
I mean, maybe.
Oh,
but
you took
that
what I
has
was gonna
nothing to
say.
do with the point. Okay,
That
that's
is the point.
irrelevant.
A little slap king, you don't hurt nobody.
Exactly. It doesn't hurt anybody. Now,
It hurts your
Dinkus,
soul.
with your tall, fucking austere hat, which I do love the hat. I agree with you. Fucking respond to my point.
Easy, man. That guy saved the
You can't
union.
even remember the original point that was trying to be made, bro.
My point was, can women smack men more than men can smack women? And I know I'm supposed to be the one who's being interviewed here, but fuck
No,
all of y'all.
that's not-
Can
but that
women be
wasn't-
smacked more than women can be smacked? Fucking anyone. I don't fucking care.
I
if
think
the fucking
sometimes you
answer
gotta
my
go out-
fucking
Women be
question.
smacked.
Sometimes you got to go out to the yard and get a switch and give that woman a spanking.
I agree.
That's what I think. And I think that the reverse is not true. But if the man is
Well,
abusing
that's
the
what I
woman, then
disagree.
other men should come and deal with that man.
I agree with that.
So okay, wait. Was that K2? Was that you?
No, that was
Who the
Abe.
fuck-
But
the last big soda. No, that
No,
was
it was Abraham Lincoln. It was the man
Oh
that
my
saved the union.
okay.
okay.
So in the original
Explain that to me.
situation, listen, in the original situation, it was being described as a woman getting into a car with 3 children and attempting to drive off, probably intoxicated. The father came and pulled her out of the car. That was the original situation described to you.
Yes.
Okay, was that okay for the man to pull the woman out of the car and use physical force to stop her from driving off with the 3 children?
100%. Yes.
Okay, oh my
10
God.
toes down. Yes.
He's 10 toes down. We're all in
I
agreement.
digress.
The only point we were making is you disagreed with that in the beginning.
No,
That's the
no.
point I was making.
Okay,
But
I
They
mean,
couldn't even
but we can
remember
clip
that.
it and we
look,
can
I don't
show
know.
you.
Look, maybe I look. I'm gonna be. I want to forward this. Maybe I did disagree with that. I don't know. I'd have to watch back. But I guess what I want to move through now is with the genders reversed. To my mind, it would be the same fucking thing. If it's a
This is
woman,
all
and
we've
it's
been
a
trying
guy
to say the
who's
whole
gonna
time.
drive 3 toddlers to their fucking death, I would think the woman should smack the fucking bitch out of the guy because he's fucking drunk as
No.
shit.
That what
The
they
only
should
problem
do
with
is
that-
That's what we're
go-
getting to.
The only problem
so
is
I
that
don't know what I
is
said
force
before,
doctrine.
but this is what I'm 10 toes down
You don't
on
know what
now.
you said, bro. Are you intoxicated?
He's-
I just gotta ask you
he's-
straight up. Are you intoxicated?
He's
I
never
mean-
listened to Stan.
Yes.
My girlfriend
I mean, I
in the
don't
trunk.
want.
I'm
You
doing
are
90 on the
intoxicated.
freeway.
Yes, I am. Yeah.
Okay, I thought so.
Okay.
Well, it's just kind of a scenario of when you say the woman should go and hit the man, you realize you're putting her in a dangerous situation because the man is generally going to be stronger than the woman. So it's better for a woman to then go and get contact with other men who can then enforce her right for her.
But we're talking about, like, I don't know if you are around toddlers in your life. I am around toddlers in my life. Okay. And I
I've
don't
got
care
one.
if I was a woman or a guy. If I thought those toddlers were in danger, I don't care if I'm a guy or a woman. I don't care what my testosterone levels were. I would fucking act. Okay, that is, even though I'm playing both sides. That is the manly thing to do.
But you're
I
coming
think
at
you're
this.
do
exactly
whatever
a
you
stand-
can to save
I have a
those
sound mind
toddlers.
right now to be making these kind of decisions.
Look, I think that you're coming at this from a really strange angle. What's happening is we're saying,
Wait,
as a
who's
general,
talking right now? Wait, sorry.
Abe Dinkus is.
Okay.
Abe is speaking. Now listen, you're coming at this from a very specified point of view. You're not coming at this from the general statement of women should probably not hit men. In general, women should not hit men. Now, is there extenuating circumstances where this may be acceptable? Sure. This is not the norm. It shouldn't happen normally because
No, but that's
the
same,
danger.
Abe. That's the same with both sexes. Men, unnormal, shouldn't hit men. Or I'm sorry, men.
Humans shouldn't be
women.
hitting each other.
Exactly. No sex should be
Unless
hitting
it's
other
needed.
sex. Exactly, unless it's needed. But I feel like
Well-
then we both agree.
The women's need is going to be fewer than the man's
You guys
because
get
the
in on
women.
your-
Oh my
No, go
god.
ahead.
Apologies. Go ahead.
This is an odd thing that
It
is
is.
happening here.
It's ag talking
Who was
right
saying
now,
that
and
Yeah, go for it.
Confluence.
Ag.
This is the whole reason this has been going on for the past hour or so
Yeah?
because you disagreed with all this in the first place.
No, look, when I agree, men and women should be able to
What are you
hit each
drinking?
other.
Hey,
that cup.
hey, Emmett, I gave you a video. What happens when a woman hits a man?
Look, okay. I feel like my brothers in Christ. I feel like
And
we
back
should
check.
all be able to agree on this. Men and women should be able to hit each other when the circumstance is needed. So like we can imagine a woman hits a man. We can imagine a man hits a woman. Both of those things
I shouldn't have
can
laughed,
happen.
but damn.
Okay.
Who among us disagrees with that?
It's just ill-advised because a woman hitting a man will prompt action from the man in
Yeah.
many.
Doctrine,
Well,
bro.
Watch,
I don't-
watch,
What's
watch,
I'm
watch.
gonna go ahead and mute
I just
everyone.
want to say,
Okay, I'm gonna mute everyone for a moment, just while I play this.
Violent ending to what police believe is a case of road rage. We want to warn you, this video may be difficult to watch.
I went to the other lane. Get out of my face.
When you see that man calmly walk back to his car, then they pull away, leaving that woman lying in the road. Watch what led up to this on Saturday morning in Toledo. Now, police say they can't charge anyone in this ugly altercation because no one called it in. So they're not investigating. They don't know the condition of this woman. Oh.
She got her ass kicked.
This is why we don't advise it.
That's East Side Toledo shit.
And what's even worse is if a woman cold fist clocks a man in the face and that man cold clocks her in the face back, he may break her entire face or her neck, and she may die from it from a single blow.
you guys are
Head hitting the pavement.
all of you
anything.
are fucking retarded. Okay.
Are we?
Oh my
So it's
Yes.
all of us and not
I
you.
think there's only one retarded.
I gotta
Oh,
tell you, that's
shit.
that's extra.
Possible.
No, that's extra funny. That's extra
That's
funny
extra
coming from you.
gaslighting.
Because
Yeah.
because
Someone engage with me. I don't want
Your
to
description-
I want to fight with 5 people. Someone.
your description
Yeah.
earlier of slavery fits all marriage, all jobs, all people who have any relationship, all American citizens, all citizens of any country, all people on the planet Earth. So we're all just slaves in your opinion, because your earlier opinion of slavery was what?
That's the most retarded thing I fucking ever heard. Okay?
I'm kinda
You're talking
retarded,
about
so
American.
I can't argue.
We're talking American. I was.
Do you pay
talking all
taxes?
I was talking all.
Do you
of
pay
space
taxes?
And time.
Or do you pay taxes?
Do I pay taxes?
Do you pay taxes? Oh, okay,
Yes.
you're a slave. By your own definition earlier, you are a slave. You are forced to do
That-
something. You don't get to choose not to, or men with a gun will come and stop you from functioning as a human being.
Brother, that was not my definition of slavery.
Ooh.
Fucking Christ on a bike.
Oh.
That was not my definition of slavery. That was just not. It
Oh
wasn't.
my god.
How much have you drank?
Don't play
I'm not.
that.
No, I'm not trying
Look,
to.
okay,
but to be
I,
fair, you did make that argument.
No, I
Yeah.
didn't. No, 2 things can be true at once. I am drunk. I did not make that argument. I did.
Yes, you did.
You,
If-
I mean,
if-
good
Well-
fucking thing we had a fucking VOD. We can look back.
We could.
I mean, Abe, maybe I'm misunderstanding
Confluence.
you.
Do you really want us to look back and embarrass you that way?
No, I guess I want clarification.
No.
Abe, what,
At least
what
he
are you
answered it
saying?
straight up.
Because Abe, you said it. What are you saying?
I will explain. You said that if you had a woman in your basement that had to work for you, was not allowed to leave, you need a passport to enter other countries, by the way, wasn't allowed to leave, and had to stay and do what she was told, otherwise you would have a forceful keeping her in line. So, that would be all of us. If we don't pay our taxes, we are forcefully kept in line to pay those taxes. We cannot leave because we do not have a passport. You have to cross a border, and they can dictate whether or not you can leave that border. It's the same exact scenario, only what the job is different.
Yep.
I mean, I guess if that's what you want to win on, fucking hell.
It's not about winning. It's just about what you argued.
I'm saying you made it so vague. You made it so vague that
I made
so.
it very. I ironically, I made it very specific. I was talking about a woman in a basement.
Yeah, but you were very
you made it
specifically
vague.
contradicting yourself many times.
Who said that?
Ag, you very consistently did that. So.
Okay, explain.
Oh my
How
god.
did I contradict myself?
Oh my god, with the instance with Beth's story. I mean, that's just one, for instance. There you go. You're welcome.
No, that is in fact.
You disagreed, then you
not
agreed,
enough.
then you disagreed, then you agree with us. I mean, come on, man.
No, I wanna hear a concise, logical argument on.
Okay, Beth
Yeah.
said her story. Then you said you disagreed. Then she said her story again. You still disagreed. Then we repeated your story and you agree.
Wait,
Come
do
on,
we?
man.
No,
What else do
okay.
you want?
You're living in vagrides, but what I'm saying,
I'm just keeping it quick.
That was kind of
No, okay,
specific,
not.
though.
Okay, look, I want to like break this down. I don't want to go into like blood sports, right?
Okay,
We-
but you want me to go into details.
No, I don't. Look, Egg, I have nothing
You
against
just asked me
okay?
to. So
No,
you
I
can go
know.
into details.
Okay. Maybe,
Oh.
maybe I'm fucked. Okay, I'll admit that. Maybe I'm fucked.
That's the
Maybe
problem,
I'm-
though. You're trying to
No.
engage in conversation when you're intoxicated, man.
That's fine, but can you?
It's
can
not
you-
fine. That's
can
the whole
you-
problem. That's why we were talking about the same thing an hour and a half later.
No, I get that, but can we put that aside for at least what happens after? Can we agree to do that?
What happens
Be
after?
Specific. What do you mean?
Can we agree to put all the shit behind us? Can we agree that there's situations where men have to hit women, or sorry, women have to hit men have to hit women?
Sure.
That's what we've been arguing the whole time, and you've been disagreeing until about 10 minutes ago.
I have
That-
not. I have not.
No.
I mean,
Oh my god.
you know
We
what?
can
Fuck you,
clip
Ag.
it and we
Actually,
can
I'm
show
going
you.
back in time. Fuck you. I know I just said we're going back. Fuck you,
Yes.
Ag. I've never said that. I've
Yes,
said
you did.
that. No, fuck you.
Okay.
Everybody up
Fuck
here
you
can
for
back what I'm
real?
saying.
No.
We've been watching.
Wait.
No, anyone can go back.
We
and
can
look.
go
back.
There are men
We can
that
go back and look.
hit
Correct.
women.
Wait.
Go
Yeah,
back.
anyone. Yeah, we can go
Confluence.
back.
Confluence. Hey, stop.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay,
One.
I'm stopped. I'm stopped.
Okay. Don't just go into ad homes at this point. Okay, these people I know them very well. Most of
What
them.
fucking ad hom did I go? What? No, Emmett. You know, I'm gonna go into an ad hom against you.
You can
okay?
ad hom me. I don't care.
No, actually,
okay.
I won't. No, I won't. But what
I don't give a
ad hom
fuck
did I
about
go
me when it
to?
comes to ad homes, because at the end of the
No,
day, I can ad
honestly,
home back very
What
quickly.
ad hom did I go to? No,
You start just saying fuck you, Agri. Fuck you.
that's
Fuck you.
not an
Fuck
ad
you.
hom. That's
Oh my
Sorry,
god.
too loud.
It's okay. It's okay.
In his defense, it's not. It's
That
not
is
an ad
I've
hoc.
been
It's
called
just an
worse by
insult.
better.
not
It's
an
okay.
ad hom, like by any sense of like how
Yeah,
philosophy
but,
works, that's
hey,
not an
Confluence.
ad hom. I
It's
an
haven't said a
insult, though.
single ad hom against anybody. Okay?
Confluence. You don't know these. You don't know these guys. Okay.
I
I
don't- I
do know them,
Exactly.
and I don't.
No, I know. But
Yeah.
I have not said a single ad hom against any of them. In fact, the only thing I've
Yeah.
mentioned against anyone is against Abe, and I said I liked his hat. I really do like his hat. So that is like the reverse of an ad hom.
Okay.
I mean, what
I'm
el-
just
what
ask,
other
I'm
ad
just
hom do I have
asking
to
you
go
to
against
not
anyone?
to not be like to not do that against Sacrolepolis. I don't want.
I
that.
don't, Emmett. With all due respect, I don't like you're saying do it again because I have not done it one time. If you can point to
Lord.
one time I've said an ad hom,
Listen,
then I'm fine.
I-
I've not said a single
Confluence-
ad hom.
I'm about to end this because I like you and I want you back, and I don't want you to feel uber attack or anything. And I think at this point
Hey,
we're going a bit in
can
a
I just-
circle, and it doesn't make any sense. Yeah, you can go on.
I just want to
Agri.
say, I just don't want to see him feel embarrassed later when he watches this, because I mean, it's happened to me before, and I got online, I got live, I was drunk, and I said some stupid shit. I don't want you to go through that. I'm just trying to give you some friendly advice. If you're that intoxicated, you can't keep up with the conversation, you probably should not.
No, I actually think that's good advice, but I want to know, did I say an ad hom against anybody? I actually
No, but
I
you
wanna
said
know
an
that.
insult. You said an insult, which is it's the same
Was
thing.
it-
It's being disrespectful.
In an argument, yes.
Yeah.
What did I say?
You were
Fuck
just
you.
saying fuck you over and over and over to Agripolis.
That's an ad hom, Emmett?
It is
No,
an
it's an
ad-
insult.
Well,
So it's not an
oh lord, that
When I just was asking questions and trying to talk to you about what you were saying and agreeing and disagreeing and
okay. Let me put it this way.
Okay, no,
That
that's
let
and
me
as
put
you
it
can
this.
tell, I'm perfectly calm and
I'm
collected.
calm.
do not-
I want to continue the discussion.
I will
I'm
never
sorry.
say F you, but okay.
Yeah, you know, fuck me, fuck you is
I
like to
would.
me
I
that's
don't.
like that's nothing. I didn't mean any disrespect by that. So I apologize.
But
Okay.
To Agra, I'm sorry for that.
It's all
Yeah.
good.
Okay,
Yeah.
I get
No,
it.
that's-
I was
Yeah.
okay. Listen, these guys, they are, especially when it comes to like military men. I just want them to be like, hey, there's a level of respect that we need in the panel at the end of the day, and we
Yep.
need some level of respect so we can have a
Agreed.
conversation. Okay.
I
Yep.
just want to say I don't disrespect anybody.
Okay.
Well, the problem is you
Me saying fuck
disrespect
you
people.
to me that's not
Well,
disrespect.
that's all right. Well,
In
some
my
people it
mind.
might be. I mean, I don't take it like, oh my god, it's the end of my world. You said fuck you. Oh my god. But it to me it is still an insult, man. You're still just sitting there saying fuck you. Fuck you. I don't care what you think. Is what that how I would take that. But
Okay,
I'm a
no,
little bit
no.
more
For
gracious.
if you're
I'm a little
being
bit more
real,
calm.
if you're being real, unironically, I am sorry about that. Because to me,
Okay.
that's just a way of talking.
Yeah.
It's like
actually
debate
didn't mean
etiquette.
that. I don't mean to disrespect you.
You're all good.
Unironically, I'm not fucking lying. I actually do not mean to disrespect you like that. So if you took that disrespectful, I don't mean that.
You're good. Thank you. I can still conversate without taking offense to a F you. It's all good.
Okay.
Darth Abe, we can hear you breathing from the sun.
That might have been me, man. I don't know.
No, it was Jose.
I am your father.
I am your father.
Oh shit.
Oh,
We're close to the same age, bro. That might be weird.
That would be weird.
He went back in time. He went back in time.
You did. Fuck.
Holy Crayola.
so Emmett, how do you feel about this interview?
Yeah, what the fuck? Yeah, what the fuck?
I thought
were
it
we
was pretty
talking
good.
about?
I
Before we
liked
got
it.
into this whole convo. What the?
It was
fuck?
way better than the Kel one.
Oh, yeah.
But I'm
At least
gonna.
Emmett. At least I didn't rage quit. Okay.
I'm still gonna
Give me
get
that.
served papers of DNI
Yeah.
pretty soon.
But now you've made me want to debate you pretty badly. So.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. I kind of want to debate you too.
Oh god. Well, that's my fucking motive. Brothers, you can all debate me. I'm fucking good with that.
Okay.
And see, here's the thing, man. I don't debate. I just, I saw inconsistencies with your argument. I noticed you're a little bit slurred and intoxicated. I think that's not really the best time to try to debate, man. I don't know, man.
It wasn't supposed to be a debate. Emmett said it was an interview. Okay.
All right, that's true.
I'm not
But
trying to
afterward,
do
it
it.
kind of turned into that. You're right.
It's
You're right.
turning into one.
But like you skeleton hand man, I will debate you. I will debate all of you. Okay.
I don't debate though. I was just, inquiring. That's all, man.
No, I'm not.
Fuck it, I'll debate you.
I just try to
I'll
make
debate
you
K2
debaters
too.
better by asking the odd questions.
Yeah, look, I feel like, honestly, I'm looking at all of you. I like all of you. I like the skeleton hand guy. I like him. I like the guy with the tall hat. I like him.
There
I
you
like
go.
K2. And I like Big Soda. And I like Emmett, obviously. So I like fucking all of you. So I will talk to you. I'm not trying to, like, score points. But, like, if you guys want to talk, I'm fucking down to talk to any of you. Like, but not in, like, an adversarial way. Like, I like talking, okay?
Okay.
Just make sure you stick to the point.
Hello,
Like
Charles.
stick to your point. If you hold a point, stick to it.
Sure.
In fact, well, we actually finished the interview a while ago. I did went through the whole process and finished it, and then Baith came in.
Open panel
and then
it.
we opened the panel, and then that's what's happening. I know people will be like, "Oh, you're
I
horrible."
thought Kel would join. I was.
Why would
expecting-
Kel? I have a do not
Kel's
interact.
never gonna
I don't
join
know.
a
I just
panel
kind
with
of. I
Emmett.
kind of just expected.
I don't think
that.
Kel likes me very much
made
either.
I've
that-
been
He
like
probably won't
waiting this
complain
whole
with me.
made that
time for Kel to
clear.
join, and like
Yesterday.
that's like my whole. Like I have like so many notes for Kel, and I get nothing.
Kel made it clear she doesn't want to be on a panel with Emmett.
Ever again.
Crystal
I fucking
clear.
knew that. Fucking Christ!
It's
All
a-
my notes.
it's a
all
quick
my Obsidian
episode.
notes are useless. Jesus.
So
I would
No,
feel
just
bad
start a
for that
panel
girl.
Go to
and
Grit.
Emmett get up and then Kel.
Well,
Just go to Grid's panel when Kel's on there. Then you can use your points.
I don't think she'll even join if. Well, I can give it time.
Give it a little bit of
It's
time.
possible.
My
It's
ultimate
possible.
debate is me against Kel. Okay, I'm working up to that. Okay.
No,
Working
you know,
up to it.
don't put anybody in an
Confluence.
uncomfortable position like that.
Confluence
Kel just
doesn't know
couldn't
Abe yet.
read Emmett. Kel just couldn't read Emmett. Everyone,
True.
she thought he was fucking with her, and that
Look, me
Not
me
what
and
it
Abe
was.
have had a long talk about the cartel. Abe, you remember
it's
that,
because he's
right?
Mexican.
Wait, not Abe. Not Abe. No, Abe. No, sorry. I said the wrong name. I meant Emmett. Emmett. You and me, Emmett.
Oh my god.
Abe, I
'Cause
don't
I
know
was
if
gonna
you're
say
talking about
Abe's not
anything,
Mexican.
okay?
Abe, I didn't know you know much about the Mexican cartels, but apparently you're an expert.
You could though, Abe.
I mean, I was around. I was around.
As a president, he's got to keep up with that stuff.
Yeah. You know, I have to make a comeback somehow, so I need to make sure I know everything that's happened the last 216 years.
Yep.
You know who I don't like, who I do have beef with, is the hand guy, Agrippalus.
Ooh.
What did I do?
Well, you were the one who knows I was intoxicated, and I don't like that.
Well,
I don't-
we all
Yeah.
could tell.
No, because
Call me
we
out
all
like that.
could tell.
You call me out like that. I feel like that's your fucking.
That's what you do
Yeah.
for a brother, though. You make
Yeah.
sure that he doesn't harm himself.
I've been
That
around
is
that shit
true.
all my life, and I noticed it first thing, and I said something, and everybody was like, "No, it's just his baseline," and I'm like, "I
he did-
don't think so, but okay." And then I got up and I asked. I had to be straight up.
He'd do the same for any of us, honestly.
Okay. Well,
He's a
was
good
right.
man.
He was right. So I get. Okay. Yeah. I mean.
I just don't want to see you embarrass yourself, brother. Been there
No.
myself.
That's yeah. No, fair enough.
Okay. Let me go ahead and close out the panel. We're gonna go to Abe's channel because he is the GOAT. The GOAT.
Abe.
And I need a little bit of time to rest because this goes way longer than I had expected.
Take you 10 minutes and come on back.
So I will.
Mine's, yeah.
Yeah. Agree. Any last words before I put you in the back?
Thanks for having me, man. Appreciate it.
Thank you for being here. You're always
No,
welcome.
I think I like all of you guys. I want to debate every single one of you, but I also love all of you guys.
Corey, any last words?
Well, this has been a blast. I can't wait to watch this back and clip it up. I guess see y'all in a few minutes.
See you later.
Peace.
K2, any last words? I think he's busy. He's probably
Yeah.
busy.
See you in a few
K2.
minutes, Emmett.
See you in a few minutes. Abe, any last words?
No, I'm going to be talking a whole bunch pretty soon, so come join me.
I will.
Sounds
Sorry about that. Confluence. I'm gonna give you the last words before I close the show.
Yeah, I loved every moment of it. I'm down for everything. Anyone who wants to talk to me, I'm fucking down. Okay, I fucking get off in a sexual way. To be clear, no, I'm just kidding. But perhaps.
Shit.
No, I'm honestly down. Anyone, I just fucking love talking. This is what makes me.
We're probably gonna get you a bunch of another set of debates pretty soon, so you
Yeah,
can have
so
more.
okay,
of you.
I guess the one thing, Emmett, I want to thank you for like having me on your interview. I don't know if it was like I'm not sure if there's much interviewing going on, but I fucking loved it. I'm so glad I did this tonight. I'm so glad. So I fucking love you, Emmett. This is fucking. It's all good.
We had a good interview. Okay, at the beginning when it was
did.
only you and me, it was an interview, and then Beth
It
came
was.
along, and it became
Yeah,
an
and
open
it
panel.
became
And there's
like a
more
bit of more like-
discussions over there.
Yeah. And
Okay.
actually, no, I'm fine with that. I'm totally cool with that. That's Gucci. So thank you, Emmett. I just want to thank you. That was a good time. I had a great time with you.
thanks so much for coming on Confluence. You're always
Absolutely.
welcome. I'm gonna
God
let you
bless.
go. I'm gonna be sure to come on to Apes if you have time. If not, it's fine. But at least go and sub and say hi over there. I'll put the link on the chat if you wanna come up. I'll put you in the back. Okay. Ah, whew, what a day! What an interesting day to be alive. Gotta say that I am super happy about it, right? Best day, best interviews. To the people who are here, thanks so much for being here. You guys are legends. Really happy that you guys simply came and hang out for a while. Here is the link. You know, it's just the basic way to do it. Please go to Abe's channel. We're gonna be there for a little while, and everything's gonna be cool. I hope you enjoyed it. I want to have more people to have that have debates so that I can interview them. Confluence was very gracious. He gave us a lot of time, so thank God for that. And yeah, you guys are legends. Go on over to Abe's. Have a great time, and I'll be seeing you guys later.